right, what's up, everybody? Video Rod, episode number 42. This week, and if you can't read, we're going to be doing a Deftones tier list. But if you didn't tune in last week, we're playing with format a little bit. As you guys know, like normal, we're going to shoot the breeze. We're going to talk news. We're going to talk whatever's grinding our gears. And then we're going to go into our first segment. Last week, I took over the segments. This week's Riverman's going to go in the segments. I will introduce these segments naturally throughout the show. All I ask is, Todd, allow me to sort of like introduce it so I can keep the flow going. And then I'll
Absolutely.
yeah, so absolutely. But if you guys haven't noticed, we got Zach on board. Zach could not pass up the opportunity to talk about some Kino Marino.
Fucking Kino Marino, fucking from Encino. We are gonna fucking hang out. And don't lie to him. We're not just fucking ranking the Deftones down. We're also ranking fucking Palms, fucking our sweaty knees week on our spaghetti. We're fucking ranking everything he's ever done. Everything fucking Chino.
Team Sleep.
Every Chino. Fucking Team Sleep. Fucking Crosses.
Crosses is good. It's funny though because when I listen to Team Sleep, I'm like, this is just all those Deftones songs that I don't like as much. You know? Like, you know what I mean? Like you get that one or two tracks and like Deftones albums, it's like
I try to listen to New Crosses and I turn that shit off. I couldn't get through
I
it.
didn't listen to the New Crosses. I haven't listened to Crosses since the very first EP. That's all I listened to, but I really like that first EP that came out like a decade ago. So I'm a little behind, but we'll get there. But before we get started and all that, let's just sort of go round table. Let's figure out what's up with everybody. Zach, you're the guest. What's new?
Fucking not much, baby. Not much. Fucking just chilling. Just fucking living the life. Living la vida loca, if you will.
That's cool.
I started watching some movies again. I got into I'm in the mood to watch some movies, and I've been upping my progress, my PP, if you will, fucking in my movie meter, and I'm fucking upgrading to the next thing. I'm now a pro member on fucking Letterboxd. I don't know what else I got. I just wanted to get it for one time just so I could change my name to LD Lovecraft because I was using my real name because I was so early on the Letterboxd that I got my actual name. I'm not gonna say it. But like fucking, I was like, I didn't think this through, so I changed it.
Nice. I haven't watched. I haven't been in a huge movie mode. You know, I haven't been feeling like doing anything, and I go through these phases where, you know, in the couple hours I have every night before bed, I'll get in a phase where I just want to play games to relax, listen to records or something while I game a little bit. And then I go through phases where I want to sit down and watch a movie every night. Then I'll go through phases where I want to maybe watch TV. Dude, I'm in this phase where I just want to lay down and not do anything. I just want to put on a YouTube video that I don't really pay attention to and just kind of exist. And I hate it. And I think it's because I'm a little depressed. Because I don't like not feeling like doing stuff I want to do in the time that I have to do it. Because that's just, I don't know, it bums me out. But I'm dealing with a little bit of that. And tonight's Friday. And I still don't feel like doing anything, but I need to try and watch some movies. The last movie I watched was, I talked about it with River. We were chatting a little bit, which I think would be a great cinema enema if Zach's never seen it. A movie like High Plains Drifter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Have you ever seen that
High
one?
Plains Drifter. High Plains Drifter.
Have you seen that? It's a Clint Eastwood movie from '73.
I have it.
It's good. It's a good flick. Yeah, it's good. It's got a lot of, I mean, it's a Western, but it's got a lot of,
sleazy.
I gotta do that.
Enema we're doing fucking. I watched that recently. Fucking Cayman Sea. We will talk about that on the next cinema.
Yeah, and I was gonna. I reached out to you because I didn't want to watch the wrong one because I'm like, I'm seeing a Russian movie. Like before, I just watch a Russian movie and that's not the movie I have to watch. Can you please confirm this is the right?
When did that come out? I've never heard of that.
Fucking. This is one of those on the list. Fucking movie buffs love this fucking movie. I don't see a date on here, but it's fucking.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking Made in Russia. It's about fucking World War II. And fucking, it's a war movie where the main star is a child soldier. Fucking, we don't see that a lot. Fucking.
Yo, Silhouette, thank you so much for the donation. Saying Aaron's going full stained on us. It's been a while. And I didn't miss your comments earlier. Heard of Death Grips, never heard of Deftones. I'm a dip. Sorry, bros. What?
Fucking both of those.
It's boomer rock, so you probably wouldn't.
I could rank all of those fucking Death Grips and Deftones fucking right now. We should add that. We should do a bonus Death Grips fucking ranking too.
We got to say hi a second to everybody in the chat that we got so far. Let me see. Put your comment up there. What's up, Silhouette? Got to acknowledge you.
What's up,
and
man?
then we got Wolfenheart. What's up, yo yo yo? He says Mendoza, of course. Maybe
up, Wolf?
One of our oldest followers. And
Mendoza, hey.
Yeah, and anybody else that's in here that's choosing to be quiet, feel free to speak your mind. We don't bite. Let's see. I need to watch HPD. I also need to watch Clean and Sober, Come and See, and At Pupil. Oh, you got to get caught up on the Cinema Enema. We got to have our own criterion, right? The movies that Cinema Enema's covered, we got to have our own criterion releases. We got to have our At Pupil, and they can have Zach's little like Cinema Enema covers, with through the purple and or whatever. Yeah, why not? We got to have a Ken Park.
Put those out. We're gonna put We're gonna be the first people to put out movies that everybody wants, like fucking House on Dead End Street, 8K. Fucking putting it out on the Cinema Enema logo. That's a great name for a fucking movie.
You know what's funny though? I mean, it can't be legal, but tons of people bootleg stuff. Why can't we like release our own like Mystery Science Theater, our own Cinema Enema with our own fake covers and everything else, versions of movies where we talk over it and it's an actual, I don't know.
We just couldn't sell them. We get slapped with a cease and desist pretty quick.
Can you put it in like some sort of like AI generator to like generate your guys' faces on the main characters? That'd be fucking cool.
What happens when we could just AI generate fucking an animated recreation of a movie and just
That'd be
like
sweet.
fucking use that as the fucking video we're seeing for our commentaries? Fucking technology is solving all our problems, I think.
Absolutely.
Silhouette. I don't think you have to watch Poughkeepsie tapes. I think you can skip that one. You can do yourself a favor. We did that Cinema Enema with Riverman on there?
Yeah. I thought it was
a terrible
shitty
movie. It's really bad. I don't understand.
I think Zach liked it, but yeah, I wasn't into it.
I liked it as I gave it like a 5 or a 6.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I like the idea of movies like that, but like that one wasn't executed as well as it could have been.
I remember seeing that poster in the theater, and that got delayed and never got released in the theaters.
For years,
yeah.
Sorry, I fucking interrupted, baby.
No, it's okay. To address Mendoza's list, yeah, watch High Plains Drifter. I think that's a great movie with a great subtext, like a great under meaning to its story. On the surface, it's a classic Western. You got a no-name drifter rolling into town. He's got to save him. We've seen that a million times, but this one's pretty briskly paced. It's not like super long. It doesn't feel long in the tooth. But there's more. There's way more under the surface. There's a lot of metaphorical stuff going on. And there's even some sleazy stuff in there too. So, but it's really good. And then I say definitely watch, what's it called? Where the fuck's your comment go? There it is.
Drifter.
Definitely watch At Pupil. I thought that was like a pleasant surprise when we watched that, because it's like, have you seen that, Todd?
No, who's in that?
Brad Renfro. It's got Magneto. What's his name?
Okay.
Ian McKellen. And it's based on one of the Stephen King short stories about.
Oh, okay.
It's about this this middle schooler. I think he starts off in middle school. He becomes really obsessed with Nazi history when he's studying in school, and through his own research, he finds out that there's an escaped Nazi SS soldier who retreated and is living in his neighborhood.
Shit.
Yeah, so I don't remember what decade it takes place in, probably like the 80s or something, so it's time appropriate, so he's really old. And, they all like dispersed and they got new identities and shit like that. It's very interesting, and I really
he basically decides to use it. It's like
Don't
that old
ruin it.
thing. They used to ask us, like, if you had a fucking the philosophy class, they'd say if you had a fucking ring that made you invisible, fucking 9 times out of 10, human biology says you would probably use it for evil. And then you think about it for a second, you're like, that's probably true. That's probably true. I would immediately put it on and look at all the women's in the locker room. Is what I thought as a kid when they said that. That's probably everybody thought that if they were a little boy. Sorry, I'm diverting from the main topic.
But it's a great flick though, River. You should watch it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I feel like it's one of these flicks that's been forgotten since it came out in the late 90s. And it's a Brian.
That should be in Criterion. That's a Criterion fucking movie right there.
It does kind of. It's Brian Singer's follow up to Usual Suspects, and
Fucking Baby Toucher.
it's definitely got his stamp on it. You got some new teenage boys in showers in the high school and stuff like that.
That's probably why it's not out on Criterion.
And,
Like,
and the lawsuits, right? Wasn't there lawsuits regarding that movie and stuff?
Well, Salo was on there, wasn't it? Wasn't that Criterion?
I
Who?
think they have that. Yeah, Salo.
Oh,
Shit-eating film.
Yeah.
Surprised we haven't done that on Cinema yet.
nice.
I couldn't get through that. Aaron, I would love to have Aaron watch that though.
That's a shit-eating film, and it hasn't been done on a podcast called Cinema Enema. That's fucking ironic.
So, what about you, Todd? What you been watching lately?
Like you, man. I've mostly been focused on watching YouTube videos, TV shows with the wife, basically crime dramas on Netflix, and I finally watched that The Thing 4K that came out like 2 years ago. I've had that forever. I haven't watched it. It looks awesome on 4K. If anybody doesn't have it,
I bought that, a few years back.
I mean,
watched it.
of course, it doesn't have a whole lot of like special features to it, but I was blown away how good that thing looked. So,
Isn't it kind of annoying how we had all the 4Ks coming out, and then now they're putting out these movies, like Sony especially, but now Dolby versions. Now with
are
Dolby,
they?
Oh yeah, it's like you
No
can't, like
shit. I'm not double.
no,
dipping on
I
anything.
saw lists of certain titles. It's not going to be everything, but gosh, what's one of them? Like for example, the Starship Troopers Steelbook that we both have.
Yeah.
That's a Dolby release. Sony's putting out Steelbooks of movies they already have out, but now they're in Dolby. So if you buy like the plastic one, it's not Dolby, it's HDR or whatever, whatever the fuck. So, but they're starting to put out Dolby versions, and now you have a lot of the hardcores like, oh yeah, I'm selling my other one. I've rebought it, got the Dolbys. That's going pretty intense, but it's kind of annoying. It's kind of fucking annoying. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Those Dolbys. Fucking, I got the Dolby disc, bro. Fucking, you got the old school bootleg ass fucking mono track. I got the Dolbys, bro. Your shit ain't fucking top tier. Fuck you. Thinking you're a Kino head.
Speaking of
A
Kino,
head.
I did watch a Kino movie that I got for like $5 on one of their sales, and it was supposed to be like some sort of home invasion movie. I got like 5 minutes through it, and I was really entertained by it, but the audio was so shitty I couldn't watch it anymore. I'm like, fuck this, and I'm gonna toss the thing because the audio just killed it for me, man.
There was a couple of movies I fucking been sleeping on that I watched recently. Fucking, I guess like we should probably save that for fucking the kids were napping. But other than that, fucking the next Cinema Enema, I guess it'll make more sense to say there. But I watched fucking Barbarian. Fucking, I watched Green Knight.
Nice. I still need to watch that.
What'd you think of Green Knight, man?
I can't spoil it. You know if you don't you follow me on the Letterbox?
Oh,
My
why do
great
you?
review for it.
I mean, I've seen it. You don't want to talk about it? You want me to watch?
Fucking, we could, but
Or do you want to do? I think it'd be a great Cinema Enema. I think it was I don't know.
I
Unless
figured we talk about
yeah,
everything
well,
we watched recently. Oh,
okay.
I watched a fucking great TV series. You guys got fucking. You probably heard some of the hype behind fucking Severance, the show that fucking Ben Stiller.
Oh
directed.
yeah, the Apple show.
Fucking Apple TV exclusive.
Oh,
Fucking
really?
About a corporation that like splits the human brain so that they have a work life and a home life, and it gets into all the fucking heady type shit. Like fucking how depressing would it be for that person that only knows work?
Oh,
Fucking
God.
Not even knowing if fucking like, cause it's like fucking when I go home, am I happy? Do I have a family? And fucking like, and the other side of you isn't much better. Fucking, it's a great story, baby. Fucking Ben Stiller, he kicked it out of the park. He fucking, what a keen. I was singing his praise from his Kino classic that fucking people overlook. Cable Guy. Fucking
Yeah.
black comedy, amazing.
It's fantastic.
film.
Yeah.
It's flawed, but it's amazing.
It's funnier than hell.
Every flaw that movie has kind of always made me think it had to be like studio interference or something.
I use the one-liners all the time, like somebody's got to kill the babysitter, and just like all of the one-liners are awesome in that.
I don't know, and of course, Chip Douglas predicted the future, right?
Yeah.
With land, internet and
You're gonna be playing Mortal
gaming
Kombat with a kid in Vietnam.
with your friend in Vietnam. Yeah.
Real quick, I recommend that to anybody. Fucking, I love that show. 9 out of 10 at least. I can't give it a 10 right out of the gate. Fucking, that's got to be a test of time, baby.
Okay, this is on Apple though, right?
It's Apple TV Plus, which fuck all these names. Apple TV Plus. Why has everything got to be like plus? But anyway, it's so dumb. It's so confusing. But now HBO's Max, just Max, which we used to abbreviate Cinemax as Max,
Yeah.
in which HBO was the rival of Cinemax. What?
Cinemax was always the thing you fucking turned to when you wanted to fucking see titties.
Squiggly porn. They used to put on Emmanuel in space.
Oh
Like,
yes,
and like in Showtime had Red Shoe Diaries. I remember.
Evil
but-
Tunes.
Hell yeah! I mean that's a separate topic for another day.
My dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be.
My dad came home one day and he had you remember how the fucking cable connected to your TV, it unscrewed and the coaxial and fucking he had a little adapter and he put that on and it unscrambled the titty porn.
I had that for a week, yeah, and I didn't tell anybody. And then my brother
Wait.
found out on the last day, and he's pissed off at me.
Why'd they make
What was
things
it?
that did that?
Wait,
It's so
how did it
weird.
work? How did the technology work?
I assume it just fucking used fucking technology to fucking beam itself in and unscramble the. I don't know who the fuck
Maybe it
knows?
blocked the signal or something, and I don't know, took a different path. I have no idea.
We would
It's
just
hard
get
to-
lucky, and every now and a blue moon, it would just get stuck where it was pretty good. Like what? Because some channels were really bad. Like for example, maybe it was Showtime that was just you couldn't see anything. It was just like really fuzzy.
It kind of looked like fucking. It had a bunch of lines, like the cover of that fucking. What's that shitty band people love? Joy Division.
Yeah. Okay. But I wonder why everybody's was. It's so weird that you could kind of see it at all, even squiggly.
I
It's so
remember
weird.
watching Owen Hart die on Scrambled Vision, and seeing him die. Remember he jumped out the turnbuckle and died, or hit his head, or whatever. And I remember watching
Owen,
that.
You mean
match.
Owen Hart? Owen Hart. You said Owen Wilson.
I said Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
like, what do you mean?
I
Like,
meant
are you
Owen
talking?
Hart, dude.
I'm like,
yeah.
did you watch that A Haunting remake with him in it when he gets decapitated? Or
I
is that
saw
what
it in
you're
the
talking about?
theater. I saw it in the theater.
No.
I remember seeing Owen Wilson and thinking, man, that guy has a weird nose. Something happened to that guy's nose.
You know, I don't hate that Haunting movie as much as I probably should. I don't know why. It's got really cheesy effects, and the ghost at the end looks like Casper, right? Casper effects.
I remember that the VHS of that had a real life ghost story thing, documentary at the end, and
Yeah,
when
I
went to
remember.
sleep with it playing one time. I woke up to the fucking it was playing, and the guy was like fucking she told me that man came to me. He didn't have any hands, only sticks, and I was fucking terrified. I was in my dark room. I was like, a man with stick hands. What the fuck? Jesus. Just a little girl saying that man came to me. Just does it hearing that would just fucking that would just fuck. I just got why you laughed. I just got why you laughed. You thought I was doing one of my gaming jokes. That's pretty funny. But I was gonna say that's terrifying.
Silhouette, thanks for the donation again. I like to think Zach's dad was Beekman now, like Beekman's World. You guys remember Beekman's World?
Yeah, I never watched it. I know the title, but
I saw it once or twice, and I always thought this looks so
Bootleg
fucking awesome.
Bill Nye.
I want to watch this all the time, but it's I don't know when it's on, and then I just forget about it. It was it was bootleg Bill Nye kind of.
Anyway, good to know.
I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Sorry, guys.
Go
Yep.
grab a drink. And when Zach gets back, we'll go ahead and get into the first segment. But what else? I feel like I want to play a game so bad. I can't bring myself to be in the mood. But I did upload my Spider-Man PS4 data onto my PS5, and I just kind of ran through it last night for 2 minutes just because I wanted to. It took forever to download it. So, but yeah, and with the PS5, I'm getting more used to the fact that I really, really have to pay attention to the video settings. I have to go in there. I have to turn motion blur all the way down. I got to make sure, Spider-Man's got a performance mode like most PS5 or a fidelity mode. I'm like, okay, I got to tweak all that stuff. But you really can't tell the difference, man, with these PS5 upgrades on a lot of these games. Elden Ring too, man. It's just it's night and day on some of the stuff. It's really down to the. I can. I can. It's a lot of it's just down to frame rate and I don't know why anybody would go fidelity over performance. It's just I don't know. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into our first segment. This is if Todd will get it prepared, we're gonna go into Name That Kino.
This is
And maybe Todd soon will create me a a slide to put in here in the edits and stuff for these
Oh, yeah.
segments, but I was
I
trying to
came
get.
up with a great title for another fucking segment. We can't reveal it. We can't reveal it because
It is
someone
a
will
good
steal
one
it.
though. Yeah, we
Okay.
don't always. I want Zach as far as for the other segment. I brought it to both your attentions. I want that choose your destiny. I want to see if we could put Todd's face or something on the. That would be a great in the post. I just don't know how to do shit like that. But go ahead and get us set up, Todd.
Okay, so do you want to explain what Name Your Kino is all about?
Yeah, it's still new. So name that Kino is a segment that we're gonna try out. We're gonna flip flop. I did last week's. Todd's gonna do this week, and so on and so forth. And Todd hopefully has at least what three?
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna have 3 films, and he's just gonna show us an obscured screenshot. Now, obviously, we're not gonna make it stupidly impossible. If it's a movie I know Todd's never seen, why would I pick a movie that he's never seen? You pick a movie that you think we've probably seen. You don't pick an obvious screenshot, and we got to try and guess the flick. If we really can't get it, hopefully Todd's got 2 or 3.
I got a
total
hard,
shot.
easy, medium.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it'll keep getting easier and easier if we really suck that bad. And that's about the extent of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Boom. Zach can guess too.
I'm gonna take this super fucking seriously. If I don't get this, I'm gonna fucking. I want to think of myself as the fucking Kino Rain Man, and if I fucking fail this is like I've been training my whole life for this shit. I feel like.
Is this as big as you can make the screen, Todd? Maybe like widen it. The window. Just
hold
widen
on.
the window. Just widen the window.
Well, then I
There
won't
you
be
go.
able to see shit.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Well,
you're right.
I guess I'm looking at the TV. I have a TV going, so I'm
Gosh,
good.
you know what? I know what this is. This is Get the Gringo.
Zach, what do you think it is?
It's Mel Gibson.
Well,
He doesn't. You
I've
don't have to
never
ask him.
seen-
It's Get the
I've
Gringo.
never seen that movie. For fucking like, I was gonna go through it one by one. I was gonna like, okay, studying the fucking color correcting. Obviously, they're trying to make this look like it's in Mexico or something.
How did you
And it's
get
so
that
fu-
on the first fucking try? That's
It's so funny that like you can tell that like they always color correct Mexico to look a certain way, very yellow.
They
Go
do.
back. Go back to it. Go back. Why do you take it down? We
oh,
can
sorry. I
analyze
was
it.
going to show you the other ones. Hold on.
Oh, you don't have it to where you can scroll through like I did.
No, I don't know how to do that. I'm a boomer.
Well, I mean, like on me, if you're just looking at Windows images,
Oh, okay. I got it. I got it.
you can
now.
highlight. Go back to the original image first.
Yep, I figured it out.
Boomer sooner.
Yeah, go back to the regular one. I'll show you why. I'll show you why it was easy to figure out.
I'm thinking about getting Came tattooed across my fucking wrist and my knuckles or
Came
something.
life. No, came life. And put the knuckles together. All right,
Like,
so
when I put my hands together, it forms a pussy.
go ahead and widen it for me too, if you don't mind. Or
That's
I
what I
don't.
say to women.
Yeah, go ahead and spread it out.
Spread it out all nice. Like,
All right, so Zach's 100% right, and Silhouette. He had a good guess. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and that's because you look at the color grade, and like Zach said, it's like instantly I go to the color grade. Well, this is Mexico. It's supposed to be Mexico, and then
Yeah.
that guy right there, the bald guy with the stripes. He's that crooked guy. He's like one of the main guys in the movie, and he's talking to the mom. And yeah, I mean, I just know the characters and I know the set.
My first
Mhm.
reaction was like I was gonna make a joke about how this is obviously the original Super Mario Bros. Movie because that's Bob Hoskins right there as Mario.
Yeah.
does look
yeah,
like him.
But that was just curious. Can you go through the other ones just to see how
Yeah, I wanna-
how easy was it going to get if I couldn't get this?
Yeah.
Yeah, starring Mel Gibson for you guys that don't know. It's a good flick. It's a movie he put out under his icon pictures. Oh, that would have gave it away. The kid. That would have been way too easy. But what's the next
Okay.
one?
The next one's Mel Gibson. So.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
let's see it. You should have Mel Gibson with a clown mask at the beginning when he's doing the heist.
No, I didn't do the clown. I didn't do the clown mask. I did
Why do you
the,
keep taking it down? Can't you just like,
Sorry,
scroll?
man. No,
Jeez.
I'm used to having double
I
monitors.
figured it
going,
was
you know?
because he's trying not to like. Oh yeah, the next slide has the answers on there. I don't
Yeah,
want you to
I
see the
don't
answers
wanna-
to the next question.
I just lined them all up in order. So wait, you don't have 2 monitors set up anymore?
No. I had to move my desk.
All
I have,
right.
I have a
So,
separate one.
okay. Yeah, I mean, this could be any Mel Gibson movie of the era, but I would have known.
Share it.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
I am
just wanna
sharing it.
fucking
Okay.
Photoshop.
Alright.
I just want to Photoshop a
All right.
cock.
So, are you able to just scroll from here, or do you have to keep closing it?
I have to keep closing it.
Really? What are you using? Because like whenever I put my cursor on the side, the arrow appear. Like
Oh,
it's
there it
invisible.
is. Okay.
Yeah, there you go,
You can
Grandpa.
usually
Let's do it.
click.
Uh,
You can usually click. What sucks though is like if you're going through like if these pictures are saved into a folder that has porn in it and you click next, sometimes it'll just fucking show one of those when you weren't expecting it.
You can have an Alex Jones moment, have tranny porn.
Hell yeah, the best.
Then we can
kind.
watch. Then that would actually be the best episode of the show ever, where we watch Todd dig himself out of that hole and try and explain himself and try and push it on.
That almost looks like Ernie Reyes Jr. fucking deep faked onto a child.
Oh yeah, I can see that. All right, okay. So next movie, we'll see if Zach can stand a chance. Let's see. I don't know if you even thought about Zach when you did these, but because I don't know if you know.
Well, I didn't make.
Yeah, it's, I understand. You weren't preparing for that.
It's all good.
I don't want you to see like because you can see the 3 slides on the bottom.
All right. We'll get it figured out for next time because this is annoying. Just go ahead and do it however you got to do it.
I didn't even notice he was having trouble.
And if you're worried about
way
like
too serious, man.
if you're worried about questionable photos, just create a separate folder just for the podcast.
I know.
He's like scrolling through all the dicks and like all the political memes.
He's going through it. And you just see a picture of him.
Yeah, with his dick in front.
Remember that from Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. the baby dick.
Okay. All right. So this one's much more challenging, but give me a second.
This has to be fucking Pulp
It looks
Fiction.
No, that's not the
Yeah,
Pulp
that's not the
Fiction.
briefcase.
That's not the but let's examine it for a second. Look at the P coat. It looks like this is in the 50s, 60s, 70s. This is not modern time. That would be my guess. There's nothing on the old school newspapers. There's nothing on here that gives away a modern era, but the P coat kind of, and even the suitcase, the briefcase looks kind of old fashioned. Yeah, gosh.
You're getting way too autistic with this.
I have to. This is what makes it fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
We have guesses. We have Pulp Fiction. We have Blues Brothers. People are guessing.
Oh, it doesn't look like Blues Brothers to me either. It's definitely not Pulp Fiction. I would say
something that screamed fucking Dumb and Dumber to me when I
Yeah,
watched it.
that's a good one.
No, I don't think it'd be Dumb and Dumber. I don't remember the shot in that movie.
I don't either, but
yeah,
something about it.
And that's not a Samsonite briefcase. That's
no,
not
it's
the
not
black
Samsonite.
briefcase.
Wouldn't that be great if I fucking win in the long run? Because it's like, oh my god, this movie was by the same cinematographer, same camera, same lens.
I wish I could. Yeah, I wish I could zoom in onto that newspaper. I guess I need another hint because this could be but I do think it's a period piece. I don't think it's like modern day. But it's just too hard.
This will probably give it away.
Okay.
Give it away now.
Shit. What?
Fucking share.
No, it's not. Miss Pfeiffer from Spanish class. It's not coming to you. Someone still let's guessing Boondock Saints.
It looks familiar, but I'm not nothing.
It's not giving it away for me. I do not recognize this person. Are you sure I've seen this movie?
Yes.
That makes me think that's the lady that played Fraser's wife, isn't it?
No, that's not Lilith. That's not BB Newirth. She's better looking.
Okay, so are you ready to admit that you don't know this one?
You don't have another hint for me?
I do, but it's going to give it away.
Well, don't give me so much credit. Go ahead and give me the third. Give me the third hint.
All right, this one I have to stop sharing.
Let's establish really quick that there is no glory if you guess it on the third guess. That should be our new rule.
Yep.
You still got to let me guess it, but there's no bragging rights there.
You're a beta bitch, right? If you get it on the third one.
Okay, let's go ahead.
All right.
Thinking it's a Michael Caine movie. All right.
So I have to stop sharing this, and I have to pull up the final. And it's so obvious.
Wait. It's not like a Loaded Weapon 1, is it? Or something obscure like that. Is it a comedy? Let's see. Oh, Videodrome. Oh,
yep.
Okay.
The pussy in your stomach.
So, okay. Admittedly, I haven't watched this movie probably as much as you. I've only seen it the one time, to be honest. That's
really?
And I love it, but I've only seen it once.
Okay.
So I would have gotten this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would have gotten Debbie Harry. I would have gotten some more obvious shots. But yeah, I guess I didn't remember the friggin' Cher chick enough. But that was a good one. That's actually perfect.
I almost
it looks like two eyes, a mouth, dude.
Yeah, in a pussy. Yeah. All right, no, that was a good one. That one's totally fair.
All right. Will we get banned if I do that?
Zach didn't get it either. When's the last time you saw Videodrome?
I've seen that movie like twice at least.
Yeah, and it's been a while, right? Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Okay, so this.
I think it's the best Cronenberg I've seen. I think it's my favorite. But
All right. Okay, I had to pull the easy one out of this one, and now I will start with the hard one.
okay.
Share, present, share.
I already guessed, Cher.
Yeah. All right. Oh, it's not Saw, is it? That's like my first thing when I see a dirty bathroom. A dirty.
That is not the Saw fucking bathroom, Aaron. This was not. This is way too well lit to be a Saw film. You should know that by now.
The first Saw, is it lit up like this?
There was 8 of those pictures.
Yeah.
Way too dark.
And you're sure I've seen this?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of feel like playing 20 questions with this if I really struggle. Gosh.
Those doors are abnormal.
You know what? Is this Reservoir Dogs?
No.
Because it almost looks like the warehouse scene where Harvey Keitel's washing his hands and he's talking to Mr. Pink or whatever, right?
It's a good guess, but
it kind of looks like that. The lighting's a little off, but okay.
Look how awkwardly long and tall these doors are. What movie are all the characters awkwardly long and tall like that? Or that's just the normal door. It has to make sense within the context of the film.
Have you seen it? You know what, Zach? Are you giving me hints?
I don't recognize it. I don't recognize it.
I'm sure you've all have seen it.
The images aren't blown out, right, or stretched out. That's really what the doors look like, Todd. Because that'd be fucked up if you were taking us that level.
No, it looks like that.
It looks like eyes looking that like into our souls.
It looks like some kind of like bathroom cell, right? Is this?
It's the Twin Towers it signifies.
It's not like a prison, but it's not like a what's it called? Ed Norton getting sodomized at a prison bathroom. It's not that.
Nope.
And it's not a Saw movie.
Nope,
Portrait
not
of
a Saw
serial
movie.
Killer.
Nope. You ready to move on?
Is this you have 3, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, so give me a second one. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer? No. Taxi Driver? Let's see.
Fucking 6-point star. Is this one of the straight to video Hellraiser sequels?
Negative.
Is this a Dirty Harry movie?
No.
That police notebook on top looks oddly fake, like it's a child's toy.
Yeah, it looks like fake, not real leather.
But it could just be because it's a movie set, really.
Silhouette. Silhouette's guessing Kill Bill. Todd would never put Kill Bill on here, I don't think.
No.
Just not the kind of movie I think you do. Gosh, dude. What is the Star of David have to do with any of this? And there's a star on the table too. So we're in like are we in an actual like temple, Jewish temple? What are we? Is it Bad Lieutenant?
Model.
Is it Bad Lieutenant or something like that?
Nope.
That's the model on the floor that Doc Brown makes of the clock tower in Part 3. This is clearly Back to the Future 3. That's my final guess.
The pentagram or the Star of David.
Yeah, at first I was seeing a pentagram. I'm like, the first power starring Lou Diamond Phillips. Like, oh, it's a Star of David. Okay. Is the third one going to give it away?
Yes. Are you beta bitches?
God dang, this one's tough. Okay, yeah. You want to give us a hint before? I gave you hints. Give me
very,
a hint.
very famous horror director.
What's correct?
This movie.
So, well, I'd say
Cursed.
William Friedkin's not really a horror director per se, but it wouldn't be like a Exorcist movie, would it?
No.
Cursed? Wes Craven? Is it Cursed?
No.
That's what I thought.
Is it a Clive Barker movie? One of his only couple of movies?
No.
John Carpenter?
Oh, wait. Is it Prince of Darkness?
No.
Wait, vampires. It could be vampires.
I don't remember. I saw that pretty recently. I don't remember this. Okay, I guess that's enough guessing. Go and give us a third one. And
All right. There we go.
Wait. Francis Ford Coppola is not a
No,
famous
we're
horror
really
director.
big here.
Silhouette. I didn't want to go through all the famous horror directors because that just would have eventually landed us on somewhere.
Exactly.
Oh, Fulci, it's Zombie.
No.
Oh, wait. That's not the chick with the eye.
Oh, is it deep?
Well,
Red?
then it's
Zach
Argento.
got it.
Yeah.
Zach got it.
Oh, again.
Yeah, at first I thought it was the chick with the eye. Then I saw, oh wait, she's got both her eyes. That's
It's
not
Deep
her.
Red,
Deep red, yeah. Okay,
one of
that
the best Argento flicks. I knew it would be difficult to get an Argento because it's just
they
so
all look like
so
Argent.
much.
But I'm
Yeah,
surprised. But I felt like if we would have kept asking for, because you said a famous horror director, I'm like, well, eventually we're gonna land on it. So let's stop doing this.
yeah.
I didn't get a hint of. That's what's so funny is the Italians were always trying to make their movies look like American movies. I didn't get a hit of Italian. I was just thinking of literally, I was like, fucking, this is one of those Hellraiser straight because I saw a cop and then the 6-foot star. They're all about cops not knowing who the fuck they are. They're all the same movie.
You should have put a screenshot of that little annoying shit Bob from House by the Cemetery.
Oh God, dude.
I would have fucking
A
got that
dead
too.
giveaway there.
I would have got that in 2 fucking seconds. No, okay, that was a good one, man. I'm kind of ashamed of myself.
No, it's tough, man. Because even me doing it last week, it was difficult.
I'm not ashamed of not knowing Deep Red, but like I said, we eventually would have guessed Argento, and then we just would have went down the
Which
line.
Argento movie? Yeah, there's so
Well,
many.
I could easily tell you it's not Phenomenon. I could easily tell you it's not
Suspiria, that'd be dead giveaway.
It's not Suspiria. I would have made an educated guess that it was this one, but whatever. It's not opera because it's not new enough to be opera because opera is a little later.
Mhm.
And it's definitely not Tenebrae either. But yeah, that was a good one. David Arquette's Deep Rum. Yeah, that'd be a good movie still. Hey, thanks, man, for the.
What was the fucking slasher movie David Arquette made? Fucking independent movie. You guys remember that?
I'd love to watch it, but I don't know.
I think it was a killer wearing a Reagan mask or something.
I don't remember.
I forgot. What it was
That
called.
sounds interesting.
But hey, Silhouette, want to thank you so much, man. That's another
thanks,
donation you've given us, man. You're hooking us up. You're buying us coffee. You've given us at least 3 of those. So that's a cappuccino for each one of us.
I'm hoping people like this too, because I have a lot of fun like trying to find movies and screenshots.
You know what I think is fun too about it, because it takes thinking, but it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not like hurting my brain. You just think of 3 cool movies we haven't done yet.
If it's too hard, I'll just give me the next one.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not too hard and too stressful to come up with them. It's fun. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get into the main topic. We're going to be talking about Deftones. So let me go ahead and share my screen, everybody. This is going to be a good time.
Those Deftones boys. Fucking Chi, you and your friend Chino in your room again making that racket. That was what Mrs. Deftones was saying to little kid Deftones.
Absolutely. Well, hey, so Todd, I want you to help me out with the comments while I'm doing this, because I'm not going to be able to see it too well.
Yeah.
Because Todd's just like me, where we don't have 2 monitors anymore. Unless I can format this a certain way. Maybe I can.
You know what I realized? Like,
oh wait, there's a pop out. I totally forgot. I remember I found that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And I'm like, shit, yeah. Let me go ahead and figure out how to do that again.
Yeah, you let me know so I can do it on my last thing.
I realize my rankings are kind of boring because I kind of think all their albums are consistent. Like,
well, that's okay. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Because I will say, yeah, they're one of the most consistent bands that have been around for as long as they have. I thought there was a pop out on here, man. Where the hell is it? Didn't I find?
Yeah, we looked it up last time. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but.
Or you know what? No, or was that fucking Discord? Dude, I don't fucking know. Whatever. I'm just gonna do it like this.
Fucking Discord. That should be a band name. We're fucking Discord. There's a band called Fucking Invincible. I was into that trend. I was like, fucking, it's perfect because all the great band names have already been taken. So many great just one word band names or 2 words where it has the and then something, the Beatles, the whatever. And it's like, fucking, now we can just start using fucking and we get to go through all the band names again. Fucking Beatles. I want to be fucking Beatles.
All right, so we're gonna get started. Yeah, like Zach was saying, 100%. Deftones are extremely, extremely consistent.
Yep.
They've had a couple of hiccups, which we'll get there, but even then, it's not as bad as some bands could be. Let me just go ahead and kind of put them in order. I'm way out of order. Get set up here.
You're out of order. No.
I just watched this. I just watched Liar Liar. Is that what you're doing?
I was actually doing fucking jury duty. The shittier.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers. Pauly Shore
I
basically,
place myself in contempt.
isn't that funny? Like, Liar Liar and Jury Duty are kind of the same movie
I,
in a way.
I saw there's people selling bootleg Jury Duty Blu-rays on Instagram. I guess that never got a release.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I want to say it did. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah,
Are we ranking Pauly Shore movies or are we
We
ranking
should be.
Deftones albums? Yeah, we should be.
They're all consistent, good too.
It all
They're all
happens.
S tier.
All right, so let's go and get started. Let's start with the 1995 debut, Adrenaline. Now, I love it too. This is my introduction to him. I remember walking home from school, middle school, I think, and I passed by a pawn shop every day, and every now and again I'll pop my head in, and I just so happened to have like $3-4 or whatever it was, and they had like I think it was like a few copies in shrink wrap of Deftones, and I don't know if like a record store went out of business and I don't know, or people used to steal CDs back then, so maybe someone just lifted them and pawned them. But I found a brand new shrink wrapped Deftones. Like, sweet man, I know this band because I see kids wearing the shirts, and so I bought it. I'm like, I didn't know what that thing was. I used to think that thing on the front was an enema. Now I know it's for the
Booger sucker, yeah.
the booger sucker and a baby. I still don't get the cover now though, but I used to think you stick in your ass.
Very David Lynchian. Or what if they're just being David Lynchian from the get-go? Fucking his lyrics are so cryptic and Lynchian. Fucking, we're gonna have an album called Adrenaline, and it's gonna be the booger sucker from
And
Baby.
another, so and about this record too, they wanted to hire and work with Terry Date because of the Pantera records, because he had done up to that point he had done up until Far Beyond Driven, and they wanted to work with Terry Date because like, hey, give us that thick, crunchy, fucking in your face fat Pantera tone. And they're like, what the fuck have you done? And then it came out like this, which is all kind of sterile, flat.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of blow end. It's
I love
very
the way this sounds though.
Very
Yeah, no.
tinny, very
No,
tinny.
it's the same argument for Injustice for All Metallica.
Yeah.
It's flawed, but you know what? It's the identity of the record. It sounds very cold, very sterile. And this album sounds very much like that too. And there's something about it. I don't remember what they said of the reason why it came out like this, but basically it's like, yeah, this is not why we wanted to work with Terry Date, and we got the exact opposite of a Pantera record, which they ended up getting that sound on the next album where they had the thickness and all that stuff. But as far as this record, I don't know if I want to put it on S or anything.
This is an A tier for me.
I would say, hey.
Okay, I'll put it on A. I'm cool with that. I love it. It's extremely memorable. I don't know what it is. I like every track on it. There's not a bad song on it.
Essentially, somebody mentioned, fucking my friend Sean fucking mentioned, he got me into this band. He mentioned that this album is essentially fucking one song. Every track is the same song, but it's all one really good song. It's all a good song though. Fucking, all the songs do fucking. I remember that was a thing at the time. Like I remember on the first two Korn albums, it was like all these songs sound the same, but like fucking, I still love them. And fucking, they're so unique or whatever. But like, it is like, I totally get why my parents thought it just sounded like this is all the same fucking thing. This is not, because all of our parents said that, right? Or was it just all these songs sound the same? It's just some guy yelling.
That's every old man says that shit, especially with like hip hop music nowadays and all that stuff. Which it does for me. I say the same shit. But
we're old men now. It has to. Literally, we can be young kids and just fucking literally make that music and fucking, it'll be beautiful.
I'm with Aaron though. This is the first Deftones album I heard as well, and I have fond memories of sitting in my basement, getting high and playing Tony Hawk and listening to this.
When did you get it? When did you?
It was 8th grade year because I just found Slipknot, so I started getting to Slipknot. That first album.
Slipknot came out freshman year for us.
No, not the new album. So maybe it was in between that summer because I remember.
You know what? You're right. Slipknot came out the summer going into freshman year.
Yeah.
Or freshman year, I'm sorry, was 2000, 2001. Slipknot came out in 99.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just didn't get big until it felt like 2000. I'm getting a little confuzzled too.
Yeah, so this album has a lot of good memories for me. Playing Tony Hawk. So I don't know this
The-
front to back. Like Zach was saying, there's not a bad song. I think probably 95% of songs are fantastic.
I think I think it rolls all together in not in a good way. Every track on this record belongs on this record, and you can't always say that about some of their later records because some of the later records, there's some songs that you could imagine being on a couple of the other albums pretty easily, but there's something about this one. It's very not just production wise simple. There was something raw about it. It's like more so than any other record. This really feels like one guitar, one bass, one drummer,
Yes.
and vocals. And even if I'm not even mistaken, probably even down to the mix. I bet you if I put cans on and I listen to this record, I wouldn't be surprised if like Stefan is literally sitting in one channel the whole time. And it's got a very garage feel to it, like a high polished demo. And I love it.
Mess.
It's really good. Favorite songs? What are your favorites? Even though everything's pretty good on it, what's your favorite?
Minus Blindfold. I love that song. I love that. This fucking around 26. Boom, 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 boom. Squat. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
I think this album starts off great. I mean, Board's a solid song to start out with, and then it progressively just gets better towards once it hits the middle. I think it's like firing on all cylinders.
4, 5, and 6 tracks.
Yeah.
Track 4, 5, and 6 are
4,
all
5,
10s
6,
out of
7.
I think Zach's
7.
right. I mean, I'll go through it. Minus Blindfold starts awesome. It sounds cool. I had never heard because that actually Frank Delgado was appearing on all their records. Just he didn't become an official member until White Pony, right? So I'm hearing it right? That's Minus Blindfold, right? Right? Dum 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 dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun. Yeah, so he's like doing,
But they cried.
and he's doing the scratches, and there's some,
Yeah, in the beginning.
yeah, and so it's really cool. So yeah, I mean, Bored was a cool intro, and I liked this record around this time because I'm like, as somebody that was learning guitar, I'm like, wow, I can play all these songs. Like they were achievable because they were so simple.
1 Week was really good too. I mean, all these songs. Man, there's not a bad one on there.
The highlights though, Roots a highlight.
Yeah, Root's awesome.
I remember our buddy I think Travis used to play Root on the drums, and 7 Words is great.
Yeah.
Engine Number 9 is obviously a highlight because you kind of have that. Engine Number 9 is where we get like our first real taste of like rap Chino. Like
Rap Chino is the best Chino. He needs to bring back the Rap Chino.
It's absolutely fantastic. In fact, I kind of want to listen to that record now after this.
I listened to it today.
Yeah.
I made my fucking a while back. I still had all these scores saved. Luckily for that app, fucking I made my Deftones Kino playlistino on fucking on the Spotify's fucking
Dave
all these
Faustino.
songs. Hell yeah, that he should be involved. I should collaborate.
She absolutely. Okay, so that's that one. And if you look on the liner notes of Adrenaline, you have like your only photos of Chino with long dreadlocks and hair. Because even when they toured for this album, he didn't have that hair anymore.
Who is it on the back of the fucking Adrenaline cover?
It could be anybody. I just always like to pretend it was Abe.
I always thought it was Fred Durst.
I think that's MC Ride from Death Grips. I think it goes full circle.
No, it's fantastic. I love this record. And yeah, and they were on Maverick, by the way. So that was Madonna's record label, which is kind of interesting.
I thought you meant the movie soundtrack. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, with Clint Black. He wrote that.
The new
All right.
Top Gun.
So
Maverick.
this was just a taste of things to come because, like I said, on their next one in '97, they came out with Around the Fur. And on this one, they worked with Terry Date again, and they did achieve the thickness they wanted. I'm actually surprised they worked with Terry Date again after this, but clearly they worked out their misunderstanding on the sound, and he gave it to him. This
real quick.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just playing around.
Are they going to do a remaster of Adrenaline? Do you think that would happen ever?
Well,
to make it sound a little better?
If they were into the idea of doing that, they would like delete Gore from existence. They would change other shit first, I would think.
Okay.
But no, you can't do that. And when I've seen Deftones live, it's always the first album songs that pop off the most.
Yeah,
You really can do that. Fucking Converge do that? Fucking the remasters.
You
Fucking,
can do it, and
they-
you can do
they really
re-recordings, and it's
do.
lame. And it's lame when people, especially the re-recording stuff. I hate that so much.
I don't like
But
re-recording stuff.
they're
Like, fuck,
they're never good.
I disagree. I disagree.
You like re-recording?
No, I like fucking whenever they remix. Like fucking the ones Converge did were fucking made them better. I think.
So a remaster's not going to fix what Todd's talking
No.
about. Yeah, it would need a whole remixing and everything else. I just it's fine the way it is. I don't know. I'm okay.
Well, some of
with
those Lamb of God remasters sounded a lot better.
well, that you're talking about Palaces,
Palaces,
Lamb of God,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, let's
Are
just
we
say
getting
this.
Are we getting too hung up on this?
No, I'm
Tom?
an agnostic until you change my mind. Right?
Fucking,
So like
fucking listen to "You Fail Me" by Converge, the black version.
the
and
thing
then listen to
about
the white version.
yeah, Lamb of God, Palaces Burns, Lamb of God has that very sterile sound
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And it's got an abrasive sound to the drums. Everything's really, and they fixed that. 10 years later, they put out a total remix, and it sounds fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like because they fucked it up, and there's a whole story behind it. Yeah, like I said, prove me, bro. So when they come out with the Deftones when it sounds good, I'll open up to it. But anyway, they perfected it here with Around the Fur. Where do we sit on this record? Because this masterpiece.
That's an S tier.
It's an STD.
I literally sit on it fucking 24/7 all the time. I fucking this album makes me come so man. This is my favorite fucking Deftones.
This is my second favorite. This is definitely S tier.
We'll
for
get
me.
there. This is contender for my favorite. It gets tough, but just like the first record, this album stands alone to me.
It's
no
like
other
that song by what's his
I Stand Alone. Godsmack. Stand alone. Okay.
Amazing.
But check it out, man. This album, My Own Summer never gets old. You'd think it would be played out, but it's just such an awesome opener with the kick drum and then just the riff. There was nothing like that riff at the time, and now I think a lot of bands have done riffs like that. But once again, it's a riff that made you want to play guitar. Like, I got to learn how to play that riff, man. And when you find out it's only one string, you're like, shit, that's extra cool because I can do it, kinda. And sonically, it's just amazing. And then it doesn't let up. Like, it goes right into Labia.
Labia is awesome too. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This one,
Mascara.
yeah, and then Around the Fur is incredible. This is once again, just like My Own Summer for young aspiring guitar players. That's what Around the Fur had to be for drum players, because it's Travis used to play that too, right? It's just like, oh, this is something
It's
rudimentary for and something beginners can do. But I don't. Ricketts is heavy as hell. Be Quiet and Drive, of course, is great. I used to love the videos. I used to love the My Own Summer video, especially with them on the iceberg and the sharks, and just how like the contrast colors of that video. And then I think Be Quiet and Drive, they were like under a bridge, like a turnpike or something in the street, something like that.
This album, there's so many bangers. It starts out with bangers. Other than Adrenaline, like the prior album, which kind of built up to it, in my opinion. The bangers, this one, starting out with that, and then of course Be Quiet and Drive. You're in the middle of the album, and
it's
Ocean,
amazing.
And, man, every song's great.
Fucking Lotion is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Fucking Head Up.
Even though I can do without the drawn out ending of Head Up that like bands like to do, where it's like two notes going on for like what seems like 10 hours.
Just to add
I don't mind it.
They want to add ambiance to the end of the track. Fucking make that its own track. Fucking.
But dude, fucking they always play Head Up live, and that fucking lights the crowd up. I go nuts when I've heard them play Head Up live.
Yeah,
it's so great. And the best part is they cut out that the ending that just goes on. Why would you play that?
What,
but
that fucking what's the weird noises he's making whenever it's dun 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 dun. He's like,
yeah.
Is that him or is that the guitar?
I think it's. I don't. Well, Max Cavalera is also on that album too. He's the one that's going Soulfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where Soulfly came from, because this album came out in 97. Sepultura disbanded in 96, and then he had started Soulfly, and Soulfly's album didn't come out till 98, but the band was already a thing, and he was tight with the Deftones. So technically, Soulfly made his debut on this song, which is kind of crazy. But
Fucking Soulfly.
welcome to this. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize Soulfly was a guy that called himself Soulfly. Is that how it
No,
is?
Soulfly's the band. Max,
Yeah.
it's the guy from Sepultura.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Max Cavalera of Sepultura. They went their separate ways, and he started a new band called Soulfly,
I
which
misunderstood.
I would love to do. On that note, I would love to do a tier list of just quintessential new metal albums.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I would love it because I think it's a genre that does look. It's got a lot of shit, just like hair metal has a lot of garbage. But there's key records that are timeless, and definitely the first Soulfly
Human Clay.
record. The first soul. No, that's not new metal. You piece of shit.
Yeah, I
We're not talking about fucking Creed, dude. That's I guess Human Clay would fall under that post grunge bullshit where it's like not quite Nirvana. It's like
Dad Rock.
yeah, def now for sure. But no, but if we did a new metal tier list, that Soulfly is definitely on that. Mount
Yeah,
Rushmore. That first one, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome. It's an S tier. There's no question about it. Is there anything else you guys want to say about this one?
Fucking MX track 10. I love that song. The
Every
fucking
track.
chick, the chick, fucking. And what do I get? Fucking the
Yeah.
weird sex talk they're doing.
And-
Violence. I love that song.
I mean, you have one of the
What's it?
I mean, you have one of the most iconic album covers. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it screams Deftones. Every time you see it, you know what the record is.
I had to. I asked my mom for that album for my birthday or whatever it was.
What'd she say?
When she brought it home and I unwrapped it, she's like, "That's kind of gross, Aaron." Like, yeah, she's like, "Why'd you buy it?" She actually agrees, like, like with trepidation, she bought it. Like, what?
Was she reading the lyrics? Bury my nose in shit.
She probably
What is
just sees.
this?
She probably just sees like some fucking
I know.
stoner
Body.
chick, and it's saying around the fur, and she's like, "That just sounds gross." Like, what is?
And
he
she reads
talking
the
about?
track names in the back. She's like, Aaron,
Oh yeah, you're right. I think she bought it.
labia.
You know where she probably bought it? I used to look at that CD at Shopko.
Hmm.
I used to always look at that at Shopko. It's a store where we're from. I don't know if Zach's got one, but yes, S tier. It's a pretty flawless record. But like I said, to be fair, both these records so far are fantastic. I think I'm just kind of splitting hairs here because they're not all going to be S's. And but
So,
now
I didn't
ahead.
realize the CD on the CD MX is 38 minutes long.
It's a hidden track.
The hidden
It's on
track.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Everybody-
everybody with the bong hit and
because
yeah.
it's got Damone, right? The
yeah,
hidden track
Damone,
is,
yeah.
which I'm
That's
guessing
not,
was.
not a great song. We could have
Yeah.
just dropped that whole thing.
I hate the whole 90s era where it's like we have to maximize the CD
Tool.
length.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the
The-
reason why.
Real
Go
quick,
ahead,
the hidden track at the end of Adrenaline, I always thought was the weakest track on
Yeah,
the album. too.
yeah. I don't know why I can't think. Fist is what. Yeah, and it's kind of weird to think about those. Like, dude, they just need to be cut off. But the thing is when CDs came out, there was all this pressure from labels to maximize the storage of a CD, and
Yeah.
now we no longer had vinyl records where it's like no more 6, 7, 8 tracks. No, now you guys have to push it. We want 13, 14, 15, 16 so we can charge more.
Yep.
We want to fill up the CD so we can charge people 15, 16, 17 dollars for the album now because vinyl records were cheaper back in the day too. So yeah, these Deftones albums, the Korn albums, all these albums that have like the giant, all these fucking big long gaps of space, it used to piss me off, and I think it's pretty. It just dates it. But with that said, I try not to. That's just part of the era it's from. I'm not blaming them. I'm not going to let it hinder the album. But yeah, I don't ever think about those tracks because I never fucking listen to them. Who's got time to fast
Yeah.
forward 20 minutes to get to a secret track? Not me, not
Nobody's
I.
gonna listen to that shit.
I can't even really hum Fist right now if you really made me do it.
They needed like cheat codes exist. We needed like fucking the strategic algorithmic like precision type fucking like people basically telling us where to scratch on the disc so that it automatically skips that silence and goes right to the next hidden track.
Yeah. But the next record, okay, this first few records, man,
They're bangers.
we'll talk about an evolution. This is how a band should do it. You should grow, and each record should be its own color of their rainbow. And whereas Around the Fur, I think, was the next step from Adrenaline. It was thicker, it was more aggressive. You know, now we're starting to introduce with White Pony what would come later and become basically part of their sound, where it's like mixing the Cure, the shoegaze stuff with the metal. And it happens with most of these bands that got real big. If they were lucky enough to have more than one big album, it happened to System of a Down too, where it's like, I know everybody loves Toxicity, but when you think about it, the first record, it kind of sounds a lot like Static X or whatever it is. It's kind of like, you know,
It's a great record though.
I don't really care for that first System that much. I think it's whatever.
Syndrome of a Down. That's why you don't like it, Aaron. You got Syndrome of a Down.
No, but those
I think
Toxicities,
it's their fourth
Toxic-
best album.
Toxic. Okay, that's great. That's great ranking. But they don't have that many damn records, Todd.
Or for 5.
But I'm saying Toxicity is fantastic, and Toxicity sounds like an extension of the first album, just more realized and better songs and hookier, more melody. But I don't think they really evolved into their final Pokemon, even if it's not seen as like their best. It was the Mesmerize, Hypnotize records.
Yeah, those are
Then
fantastic.
they really became like System of a Down, where it's like they have like that Mr. Bungle shit going on and all kinds of influence. And that's how I feel about White Pony. This is them becoming the Butterfly. This is what they were. And I think they ended up kind of taking this dynamic a little too far sometimes later, but this is the perfect balance, you know, where we're just getting that shoegaze thing. And I mean, this is going S tier for me.
Right.
This
For me, this is
right.
Look, if you put a gun to my head, I'm gonna alternate between these two as my favorite. But gun to my head, just to keep it simple, I always say it's my favorite.
this is a black album of the 2000s. I think this is their best album, and I think this is one of the best albums in the 2000s.
I would put it at top, but I mean, if Zach disagrees, but I think it's a masterpiece. And you know what? I'm not even gonna fucking shit on it for the re-release with Back to School Mini Maggot or where the fuck it is. What's that?
Back to School Mini Maggot made the album better.
Yeah, that's a great, that's a great song.
Are you guys fucking trolling me right now?
I was gonna say shoegaze it's correct because this album's totally gay. This album gay.
You
Okay.
don't like this album?
Fucking this album's shit. It's one
No,
of
he's-
the weakest
he's-
albums.
Is
No,
it really?
I never like. I don't hate it. Technically, I still give it a B. It's still a 7.1, but it is it is one of my least favorites.
So that means he's averaging us down, and that fucking kills me because it is
You
the
don't have
best.
to listen to me at all. You don't have to listen to me at all. Here's the thing with me in fucking Deftones is I didn't listen to him growing up. I got into him way later. Fucking I think Diamond Eyes came out, and that's when I dived in.
Well,
That's
I'll
what
at
I
least
did.
put it behind. That knocks it behind Around the Fur, then at least just to average it out, kinda. But no, I think it's so. I have the OG. I got this day one when it just started with Fetishera. I don't know how you fucking say that song.
Fetishera, yeah.
I think that is the best opener. And then this is the album that I got used to. This is the sequencing I know. And then they ended up re-releasing because their labels were like, "Hey guys, you guys got to have that Limp Bizkit track, guys. You guys we need some rap metal." And then Chino and everybody claims, "Oh yeah, that's not us take." We went in there and just knocked out the stupidest fucking song just to prove a point that any dumb idiot can have a hit. I'm like, and you guys made a video for it? Like, you
Hey,
guys liked it.
I like
No.
Back to School, man. It's not terrible. I think it's solid.
I think it's bullshit.
I like it.
I think it's fun, but I never thought it was great. But I think it's fun.
The good part about the song is the chorus that's in Pink Maggot.
The best
right?
part
Yeah,
is
yeah.
when he stands on the fucking
The desks
on the
and he's-
desk and says "Back to school." I always wanted to do that. Like I always wanted to
Go
just, like,
back to
at
school.
school. At school, like even though I wasn't a fan of the band, I saw that video and I thought the video was awesome. And
I
was
just
like,
think I just don't. The fact, you know what? If they're gonna do
An
this,
extra track, man.
no. Listen, if they said, "Hey, look, we got to have our Limp Bizkit track. Let's bump. We got to bump numbers. Hip hop metals, the rage. You got to go in and do this." Okay, great. You're gonna do that. Release a bonus, a special edition, and put it at the end. Or if you're gonna make it a part of the official track listing, put it after Pink Maggot. Don't start the record with this because there's no rap on this record, and to me, it sets the tone of the record all wrong.
it doesn't deserve to be on the album. It was on a EP, right? Fucking, and then they like fucking put that on there.
They
Like,
told them. So this, they released the album and it had the classic gray silver color with the pony in the bottom right hand
I
corner.
like the version better that starts out with the fettuccine song that we can't say, and then
Yeah.
it had the track. What was the fucking the
Digital
track
Bath and
Digital Bath, yeah.
it was like
Arcs Queen.
it was after Pink Maggot. Fucking the version I had is fucking I
oh,
forget
there's a
what the-
version where they put it after Pink Maggot.
No, it wasn't Back to the Future. It was Back to School. It wasn't Back to School. It was fucking. It was just another track, and I forgot what it was called.
There's another hidden track. There's like another hidden. Well, actually, Pink Maggot. I don't know. Pink Maggot kind of is the hidden track because it's the Pink Maggot is like this very somber thing that goes on forever. Still your oxygen. He's like doing that bullshit for what feels like an hour, and then it finally goes into the song. But I don't know. I just think Back to School ruins it. But I have the original one where it's the silver cover, the ponies in the bottom hand right corner, and it's very tiny. And then they re-put it out. They literally repressed the record, said, "Hey, we want this new song," and then this is the cover you saw everywhere, right? This one, where it's just the white with the pencil drawing. And I don't have that one. I've never had that one, and I hate that it's on Spotify like this. I always start on Fetish Era because to me that's the sequencing, and Back to School ruins it. I fucking hate that
What
song.
was the bonus track? I like it, but the bonus track was The Boys Republic.
That was it.
Oh,
Like,
that's
I love
right.
that song. I
Yeah.
love
You're
that
right.
song.
Boys Republic is good. And just get rid of Back to School. But anyway, so I'm going to ignore it. I don't consider this part of the record. I think it's a fucking label bullshit.
Makes the
and
record better.
You're trolling. It doesn't.
No, I enjoy it, dude. I do enjoy it.
God, it's
My
fucking
favorite-
shit. It's corny.
My favorite track on this album is Korea. Track
Well, they're all
9.
good. Yeah, Korea's kind of like, oh, there's a little bit of the last album because when you hear this record after listening to Around the Fur, it's like, oh, it's weak, it's watered down, it's not heavy, and then you get to Korea and it's like, oh, there's a little bit of that, right? Dun 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 dun.
Elite.
It was
track
cashing in on the Maynard fans with Passenger.
I hate that song.
You hate that song?
I
Okay,
don't
let's
hate
go.
it. It's-
Let's
Why do
go
you
through
hate
it one-
Passenger?
Let's go
I
through
never,
it one
I
up.
never really liked Maynard's voice. Something has to change.
Hey, pretty spot on there.
want it any other way.
But I'm just gonna go through all these tracks. They're awesome. Fighter Sarah, that is the true opener. It's an awesome over. Just like Around the Fur, this sounds like the opener because it is. With that riff, that like muted.
Yeah, no, it does.
He's playing like the harmonics on the muted strings. And that's still fucking tricky to play. It's like it shouldn't be hard to play, Zach. But just the way it's just so weird to mute what he's playing.
You can only play that riff if you believe in flat Earth.
Yeah.
I don't even,
It's hard to play. It's hard for me to play perfect. I can play it sloppy, but Elite is also
Elite's awesome.
when you're right. Yes, that's like kind of like their heavy track a little. Oh, I forgot Digital Bath. Digital Bath was almost like poppy. Like, what is this?
Yeah. It was the single, right? It was one of the big singles.
It was a single,
One of the
yeah.
big
But
singles.
it's such a great, and that's another classic case of Chino writing and recording a song he could never even dream of performing live because he cannot sing really, and he cannot hit those feel like he can't do it at all. But
I feel like well, you just do it quiet enough, he can do it.
but
You
he
do it quiet.
fucking tell him that. Anyway, RX Queen is great.
Yeah, it's
I
one
love
of my favorite songs.
I love Street Carp.
Streetcar's great, yeah.
This whole album is a vibe. It's just it's such a vibe.
I've always heard that is the hardest way to keep, like, if you sing like that, that is the hard, like, as you get older, your voice naturally gets lower, so fucking, yeah, I can, it makes sense. I don't want to fucking shit on him.
I saw him in 2003 live. I saw him fucking 3 years after he put this record out, and he couldn't do it.
Fucking.
That was a really overweight, coked out Chino era, though, when he was real coked out.
Big smoker, that guy, maybe.
And then you go into Teenager, which is awesome. Just like I said, it's a real vibe.
Mellow.
I never liked
real
Teenager. Teenager's
your
my
Knife
favorite.
Party is awesome.
Knife Party's awesome. Knife Yeah, Knife Party's great. Go get your knife. Go get your knife. Korea is
Korea.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then
Passenger's great. I like it. And
Passenger's fantastic. This album has such a great production. I love it. It sounds so great. I don't think they ever topped it as far as the production. And I love Change in the House of Flies does not get old. It takes me
no, it's
right
great.
back to 2000,
Yep.
2001.
Yep.
And then you know that classic video where like they're at a house party and Chino's just sitting against the wall looking like he's injected heroin. It's pretty
Looking like
great.
an emo fucking kid just sitting against the wall while everybody else is having a good time. That was me.
And Pink Maggot and all that stuff, the good version of Back to School, like yeah, anyway, this album is S for me. It would be my favorite, but we'll put it behind
Push back the school.
Okay, so Wolfen has some.
you
We
need
missed
it.
some Wolfen comments. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Adrenaline's too high pitched. Around the Fur is perfect. S tier for On the Fur. Every song is awesome. Chino doesn't pig squeal enough. Back to
Squeal
School
like a pig
sucks.
when
The
you-
album's better without it. So he agrees with you.
No, yeah, Wolfenheart. It's not
Throw
to
it in
me,
as a bonus track. I like that song.
it's not even maybe you can I could see you justifying it being fun, but it's just
I
hard
give
to
that
take.
song an 8 out of 10. It's all nostalgia because it's not.
I
a
feel
race
like I feel
it
like
probably
this-
is nostalgia, but I still enjoy it.
it's a song that's very silly, and if they're not taking themselves seriously on it, that's fine. But the rest of the album is serious, and it just feels.
Anytime I think of the school year and shit, it's just like that's what comes to mind. Back to school. I always just wanted to stand on. Anytime I'm at work and I see a desk, like there's a part of me, and
It's an Alice Cooper song. Come on,
to
man.
this day I want to stand up. What if you bought the back to school?
Did he do that thing in the video where he like kick the desk down and float down to the floor? Did he do that?
I don't remember. I'll
You know
watch
that
it
what
again.
I'm talking about when somebody
Yeah,
does
yeah.
that when they say, I don't know.
think so.
Maybe I'm just maybe I'm making it better in my head.
I don't remember being that goofy. Remember
But
the
it's all
edgy
goofy.
kids,
Dude,
all the
I would
edgy kids in their
Can you
elementary
imagine being
shirts.
like 50 years now and 50 years old now and watching the Back to School video? You're in that, like, God, so cringe because they were adults then. Like, this is cringe.
Yeah. I'd love to be known as cringe.
Even though I prefer Chino talking about school days in Adrenaline's. Got my blue backpack.
My
Turn it
Walkman
back on me,
and
you
my
had the
bicycle.
my bicycle. I love that. And because he wasn't that old, I'm like, you know what? This was not that long ago. He
He was
probably
like
wrote
17.
this.
I think he was 17 when they first started.
Yeah, and he wrote yeah. Got my blue backpack and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you had to treat me right. It's good.
Just fucking around and shit.
Yeah. Anyway, that's fantastic. Okay, so now we're now it's gonna get interesting because we're getting into experimental territory. The self-titled, when this came out in 2003, this was the big follow-up to their biggest album at the time. When this album came out, did not like it when it came out. It was weird. I couldn't put my finger on it because I liked the songs. I'm like, I like individual songs, but there's something as a whole when I would try to listen to this album, it felt like none of them belonged together, and it felt like they were just kind of thrown together. Like I like the riffs, I like the songs. It just didn't flow like the previous album where to me White Pony was like a real record. Like
Yeah, I mean, it's White Pony's pretty much S tier, and
it's
you
a
can't-
perfect
It's hard to beat that.
Like you sit down, you listen to it, it takes you on a journey. There was something disjointed about self-titled, and even the album cover was a little like, what is this? It didn't feel
Kind of
It's in
boring.
the wrong it's in the wrong aspect ratio.
yeah. Yeah. No, but with that said, it took a long time. It actually took years because I would always come back to this record and listen to certain
2003.
I know, but I'm saying it took way past then. It came out in 2003. But I would always go back to this record and I would try and I'd listen to the songs I liked, like, Hexagram is cool, Needles and Pins I love. I love
Minerva's the single, I think.
Minerva was the single, yeah, which to me at the time just sounded like another Change. Dun, 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 dun. It sounded like Change Part 2. But anyway, somewhere down the line, years later, it fucking clicked. And when I say years later, I mean after Diamond Eyes came out, because I had lost interest in Deftones after this record was out. And then Diamond Eyes came out, and I didn't even, like I said, I wasn't even interested in Diamond Eyes because I was kind of over it because that album hurt me, the one before it. But after Diamond Eyes was out, like for a couple years, I revisited Diamond Eyes. I'm like, shit, like, and I caught up to it. I'm like, this is good. And then I got back on the Deftones bandwagon.
That's what's good about Deftones. You come back, you discover new things.
I never,
every time.
I'll never leave them again. But so what happened was they had this album, you know, I was kind of whatever on it. It just felt disjointed. I take it back. I did listen to the next one, Saturday Night Wrist. Did not like it at the time. So it's like, okay. And then I was off. And then I was off the wagon. I'm like, okay, I've lost interest. So I didn't pay much attention when Diamond Eyes came out because I'm like, yeah, I'm done. But then, like I said, a couple years later, I gave Diamond Eyes a shot. And I'm like, shit, this sounds like Deftones. And it pulled me back in. But anyway, at that point, I started revisiting the self-titled again. And now I'm in love with it. I still think it's disjointed.
It is just yeah.
I still feel it still feels like a weird black sheep of an album, and it feels experimental.
Well, and they have kind of crappy songs like Lucky.
But it's a flawed good album. There's something great about it.
There are there's room for those albums that just sound like a collection of songs.
Yeah, you can't be perfect.
Well, no, you know what though? It almost becomes part of the identity when you have an album like that. Kind of like Chinese Democracy, the Guns N' Roses record, which I'll die on the hill of. I love that album.
I enjoy it too. Yeah,
Chinese Democracy. I think every song on that is fucking perfect. It's actually, crucify me, maybe Guns N' Roses' best album, which is Sacrilege.
Yeah, that's not accurate there.
Listen,
Aaron.
from a song. Listen, I love the first record. Listen, I love Use Your Illusion. Listen to me.
Just stop.
Listen, Use Your Illusion. I love Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Yeah, but one album. That's the best album.
Yeah, but guess what? You can't pretend like every track on Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 are all perfect, are all as good as each other. They're not.
They're nostalgic though. I
mean,
the
they're
Chinese
nostalgic.
Democracy. Nobody fucking heard it because
they're nostalgic.
Best Buy exclusive.
I like
50 million copies just sitting on the shelf. Nobody's buying it.
I liked the Illusion albums too for nostalgic. I can listen to them front to back, but I'm not going to be in denial that Get in the Ring is just as good as November Rain. It's really not.
No.
But in my opinion,
they are. I'll say that.
Chinese Democracy.
I enjoy that album, but it's
listen to me. Chinese Democracy. None of those songs sound like they belong on any album together. They're just because you could tell that he recorded this over like 15 years with all different studio musicians all over the fucking place. Yeah. It's so weird. But anyway, every song on that album is awesome. They just fucking belong somewhere else. That's the way this album kind of felt like to me. But I will say,
I'm done talking.
This album is awesome.
You're saying Chinese Democracy is the best Guns N' Roses album.
I'm not saying it's my favorite Guns N' Roses album. I'm saying, unlike the Use Your Illusions, for example. I mean, you can make a case for the debut, but
most consistent. Maybe.
That's just like saying Load is the best Metallica album.
Listen. All I'm saying is,
it's a load from Guns N' Roses.
If you're sending me to a desert island, I'm not saying I wouldn't say give me Use Your Illusions over Chinese Democracy. What I'm saying is, every song on Chinese Democracy, even though they all just are random songs with different styles, they're all consistently amazing. Like, I think they're all consistently fantastic. Whereas, like, I think with Use Your Illusions, you're going to have 10s, you're going to dip to 8s, 7s, 9s. It's good.
You have like 11s and 12s on Use Your Illusions, and you probably, I mean, it regardless of the nothing tracks, it still topples over fucking that album, man.
I remember liking Chinese Democracy. I don't remember every track being like a 9 or a 10.
No, it's a solid album. It's a solid album.
Chinese Democracy proved to everybody that Axl was the talent in the band. And obviously,
this should be a Choose Your Destiny right here.
Obviously, Axl Rose cocksucker over here.
Listen. Obviously, when you have the cocktail, when Axl and Slash touch their penises together, or and Duff and everybody, and obviously Izzy, that's where you get the real magic. But I like Chinese Democracy a whole lot better than like Velvet Revolver, man, and all that bullshit.
Is still alive? Is he in the band now? With the
who is he?
Izzy.
He never came back. Yeah, he just. I mean, that is a sidetrack.
I like it better than Velvet Revolver myself as well, but it's still not the best Guns N' Roses album.
But Axl is the sauce. He is the secret sauce to me.
You know what my favorite album on this album that we're doing here is?
Oh yeah,
Oh
sorry.
yeah, we're
Hexagram.
talking about Sorry.
Hexagram.
Hexagram's your favorite?
That might be one of my favorite Deftones songs
Worship,
ever.
worship, pray, pray,
Wash
worship.
Right, wash it. Why, wash it. Why? The fucking screams he does in that, it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Hey, we saw them. Did you see a 2003 tour? I saw them here locally. Was that with Travis? Were you with me, or was that James Porter?
No, it wasn't me. I saw him open for Metallica on Summer Sanitarium 2003. That's where I saw Mudvayne on their second album tour, and then it was Deftones supporting this album. Then it was Linkin Park, Meteora, and then it was Limp Bizkit. Results may vary. Fucking trash. It really was trash. Linkin Park wiped the fucking floor. Why? they should have been direct support. And then Metallica, of course, was Saint Anger. You know,
I should clarify. The screams he does on Hexagram are fucking insane. Like I said that in a good way when I said, what the fuck? It sounds like when I heard that, I was like, there's no way he talks after fucking recording that song. No one talks after that song.
This song, yeah, the songwriting and the production is wacky, and like I said, I grew to like it. It's more avant-garde than any of the records. So yeah, Hexagram is. I love the way Hexagram starts, because it gives me this visual like I'm on this big like tanker ship. I don't know why. A big echo chamber. It feels like I'm on the ocean somewhere, and the crowd goes wide. It doesn't help that he says it makes you see sack.
See sack.
It's weird. Think about it. And then you have that change that just goes worship. Da 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 da. It's like a weird right turn. Pray, play.
That's mathy. That's mathy AF.
And it is cool. And then I fucking love needles and pins, man. That's a booty shaker, dude.
Fucking awesome.
When it way it kicks in, that's like the second best kick into My Own Summer. And that was played by, I'm pretty sure Steph played that. Or no, actually, I think it was played on the bass. But I've seen Steph play it
Stephanie McMahon.
Stephanie McMahon has played it. Steph has played it on his guitar, like as 8-string. Now that he plays like fucking 8 and 9 strings. But I think it was recorded on a bass. But
so let's rate this one.
Hold on, I'm not done talking about it. Rushy McRusherson. Minerva's fantastic. Good Morning Beautiful's not the greatest or anything. Death Blow is okay. When Girls Telephone Boys is awesome.
Yeah.
And Battle Axe is fine. Lucky You is weird. This is one of, like, where did this song come from? This is like, you want to step into my world. To me, it's like that kind of track. It was them trying to do 9 Inch Nails. That's what I'm saying. This one was experimental. But then you have Bloody Cape, dude. Bloody Cape might be the best on the record. This is a Bloody Cape and Telephone Boys. Dude, these are heavy fucking songs. And this is when Stefan started down tuning even more. Like he went to he was already on 7-string, I think. Was he on the last album? He went down to 7. He was a 7-string on this one. He was playing baritone. He was tuning down to probably fucking A and shit. This is him getting lower and lower and lower. And then Anniversary of an Unrestricted Event and Mona.
That's my least favorite song.
Yeah, they're kind of whatever. So, but the songs that are really good are really fucking good. So for me, I don't know. I got to give it at least a B+.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna put it too.
Yep.
You're okay, because like I said, if I was building my perfect Deftones set list, it's gonna have half this record on it. It's just the other half I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's a very solid record.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into poo-poo territory. I fucking hate Saturday Night Wrist.
You still do?
Well, so I
You're
eventually
crazy.
I warmed up to a few tracks. Like I like Cherry Waves. I like Xerxes, however you say that. I love Rats. Combat is pretty cool if I remember right.
Is that Maine?
What's that?
Pink Cell Phone. I mean, I enjoy Pink Cell Phone.
Oh, with the poop and the
Yeah.
stupid that bullshit on there.
The circumcision.
It's funny, dude.
Circumcision. Fun facts from some
I don't-
lady.
I don't like Hole in the Earth. I don't. This was them taking a too far step into shoegaze territory.
Real
No,
quick,
go
have
ahead.
you guys ever heard the censored version of Pink Cell Phone?
I have.
No.
It basically just cuts out that whole last part. It just ends after the believe in the one true power.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at first I could see where you're coming from, Aaron. This album was definitely a grower for me. Like I didn't like it at first. I thought Hole in the Earth was kind of bland, but going back to it now, and it's kind of like a bored for me. I get bored. And I don't know, Rapture, Beware. I mean, Cherry Waves. I love all these tracks. I think
Mine sucks, dude. Mine with Serge.
I
That is
think-
not a
love
good
that
song.
Yeah.
I love that
You
song.
like this song?
I enjoy it too.
Stay
I-
away from you.
I think that this. I don't know. There's something like very trippy about this album. The production quality I think sounds fantastic. This one is definitely high for me now. Now that I've gotten older.
Really?
Yes.
My point grade for this one is just a 1 point below the last album, Deftones, self-titled.
So yeah, I don't like Hole in the Earth. I mean, I think Rapture's okay. Beware, I don't even remember it, to be honest with you. Forgettable. I don't remember how it goes. Cherry Waves, I like Cherry Waves. I don't like mine.
You don't
the
like
con-
that?
Rats.
You know, that's
Hold on. The Contra Code. I like Xerxes. I love Rats. It's probably one of the best songs on the record. Yeah, I mean, it's to me, this is like.
It's a great album, man. This is
I mean,
definitely
I
better.
would
this
give
is
it
definitely
a
a better album than self-titled.
really no, not for
Absolutely.
me. So
Absolutely.
I would give it a high D personally.
High D?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude.
But I'm not. But we'll average it out.
You're fucking crazy.
You're fucking crazy. Go
High
ahead.
D. Well, coming
High
from
C.
somebody who says the Guns N' Roses album is their favorite,
You're fucking crazy.
Chinese Democracy.
Oh, yeah.
I think the
You know.
Chi Coms buy you off there, Aaron. The
Hey,
Communist Party.
There's a reason why on this reunion tour they play a couple. They still play a few Chinese Democracy.
I'm not
tracks,
saying
man.
it's a bad album, but it's not.
It's
the best.
fucking fan. I'm not saying it's my favorite. I'm just saying, hey, unlike the bloated Use Your Illusion albums, it's
Choose Your
it's
Illusion.
it's consistent. Yeah, choose your. That's exactly what it should have been. Choose Your Illusion, because there's too much shit here. But anyway,
Pretend one of these discs doesn't exist and pick the one you like better.
yeah. Anyway,
Could you believe back in the day at Best Buy when that thing was selling for $1? I should have bought like 50 copies and sold them online.
I mean, for what? You would have sold them for 50 cents. You probably would have lost 50 cents. They're
No, it was a
CDs.
Best Buy exclusive, dude. 5 years later, I mean, I'm sure that thing was selling for 15.
It was only
bucks a piece.
it was only a Best Buy exclusive for so long.
Oh, really? I thought it was
Yeah.
only sold there.
No, it was a timed exclusive.
That's
find
one of those things like Dr. Dre. Once you get to like the 8th or 9th year of Chinese Democracy being hyped up and not out yet, wouldn't you just scrap it? It's like there's no way we're ever going to live up to this hype.
I mean, I used to
I
see
love
like 400 copies all for $1. There
I
was
think
on
it's a
Best Buy.
weird, flawed masterpiece. I think every track, but we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to make you guys do a Chinese Democracy song tier list.
Oh.
Hey, make you listen to it.
We should. Hey, maybe we should do that for the next episode. I will
I'm
go through
sorry.
each track.
Okay, I would love it. I challenge you. And Zach, I would challenge you. You listen to Chinese, love it, embrace it, really study. And it's not like, I'm not saying, hey, listen to all these fucking Korn albums no one's listened to for fucking 20 years. Just listen to one record and really soak it up.
We'll do it. Let's move on.
And I like
Okay.
the album.
All right. So I gave this a high D. I'll give it a high D. Like it's not an F. I almost want to give it a low C, but nah, I just
Zach,
I-
what do you think?
maybe
what
a
do you
low
think of this
C.
album?
I give it a B. Like
You
He
see,
gives
you
it
like it? You like it too?
Oh yeah.
so where do you give it, Todd? Where do you put it?
I would give it a B plus. I would say this is better than the self-titled.
Go. So guess where that averages out? Boom. High C.
Two
That's just the way-
two B's and a D minus. So a B plus, a B minus, and a D
And a
minus.
D and a D. I would give it a well. It's
Oh
C
my
plus.
god,
I'm
we're gonna
sorry.
have to rework these.
No,
I mean,
we're not.
That is how is that
Hey,
a C record,
what are we?
dude?
What are we
How
saying
is
in
that
the?
a C record?
What are we saying in the chat? Because Todd's not looking at the chat here. Hold on. Wolfenheart is stolen my heart. He says Saturday Night Wrist is his least favorite Deftones record.
Oh my God, he's crazy.
Listen, we'll get to my least favorite, but but this was Stefan started using 8-string guitar on the self-titled. Okay, that sounds right. And then I think it didn't even go like even higher than that, like 9-string later. But anyway, that's just the way I feel about the record. And that's where, and to me, this was the first real dip for Deftones where it's like, okay, a hole in the consistency. But they came back a little bit safer. To me, Diamond Eyes kind of took it. Look, Saturday Night Wrist was taken too far into the Chino realm. It was going way too far into shoegaze, way too far. And the magic is when there's a balance. The magic is when you have, the Stefan and the Chino going head to head fighting for space, and it creates something beautiful like White Pony. And even something kind of weird like the self. They just went too far with the last one. But then with Diamond Eyes, they brought it back. They're like, hey, let's kind of strip it back down to more White Pony speeds with a little bit around the fur. And it's kind of safe compared to the last couple records. But dude, this album, that's what I needed. I needed them to give me something a little bit more familiar after that last record and two. But Diamond Eyes is awesome. Royal's fucking awesome. Command Control, dude. Dude, that's so catchy. You've seen The Butcher is awesome. Beauty School's awesome. Prince sounds straight up off of White Pony. Like that actually could have been on White Pony. It sounds like the production.
Prince sex tape. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good.
Rocket Skates, of course, is
976
great.
Evils on there.
God's Ravens.
It's so good. I just, if you want to speed it along, I mean, to me, I think this is an A.
No way.
You're fucking nuts.
Not an A. It's a B plus for me. I would say this is better than the self-titled, but this is not. It's not an A tier.
You know what? This is almost sacrilege. I think I even put it above Adrenaline. The only reason Adrenaline is above it is because of nostalgia. But I just think Diamond Eyes is probably the better record.
No.
I think it's the second coming of Deftones. That's what I'm saying.
No.
It's the second coming.
Well, the first coming of Deftones is better than the second coming of Deftones.
I'm gonna come all over your face, Todd, if you don't let me fucking have my. No, I'm just kidding. No. This is the first record to feature Sergio, right? Who replaced Chi, who was in a bad comatose from a car wreck, and he lost part of his brain, and they brought him from Quicksand, and you know what? They didn't skip a fucking beat. In fact, because in between this, they had the Eros album, right? The last Chi album that never saw the light of day. And he got into his wreck, and they never want to put it out because they say the album's not really. We didn't want to finish it, and it's we were in a dark place, and whatever. So they just started fresh and came out with this new album, and it's maybe having the new bass player at the time was what they needed. I don't know. Maybe he didn't really make a difference, but it's a fantastic record.
It's a good record. It's not an A tier. I'm curious to see what Zach thinks about this. Where do you think this lands? A B plus, B, or A, or what do you think?
Dude, Wolfenheart, you're fucking getting me hard over here, bro. He says Diamond Eyes is better than Adrenaline in his opinion.
He's crazy too.
Fucking shit.
He's probably drinking the Guns N' Roses Chinese Democracy fucking drink.
I give it a B, baby. Solid B.
See?
Okay, so my
A.
B
plus.
See, I was giving it an A plus. You guys have given it a B plus. Okay, so we're at a B. We're at a B plus. That's fine. I'll average it there. Well, we can't average it to be like an A minus.
No.
Okay, but I'm putting it ahead of this. All right, you guys suck.
Yeah,
all right,
it can go before that one.
Yeah. All right, but it's fantastic. And then we're not gonna do the covers record. Simple kind of man. We're not doing.
You know what's so funny? The album cover of that it's a lady smoking a cigarette and there's smoke coming out of her mouth, but for years I saw it as a weird fucking creature looking looking over, peeking over something, like it was some kind of troll-like creature, the smoke was its face or something. It was. When I realized what it was one of those fucking crazy moments. Fucking my whole life was a lie and shit.
Okay, guys. We can discuss, but I'm just gonna sit Koyo no Kan right here until we decide otherwise. I think Koi is fucking amazing. I think this is the Holy Trilogy. I think it's amazing.
You are
Swerve City.
She is so coy.
I look.
No.
I'm willing to come down and settle for
Yes.
but it's
Yes.
better than Adrenaline.
It's
There's
better
no
than
fi-
it's better than Adrenaline, but it's not an S tier.
Dude. Swerve City, Romantic Dreams, Leathers. Forget about it. Fucking Poltergeist, dude. Forget about it. Poltergeist, and then Entombed, Graphic Nature, dude. Tempest is amazing. You have one of the best Deftones songs of all time, Goon Squad. Fucking get out of Dodge. Goon Squad is it. That is the shit. I'll give it an A+. I won't.
Yeah.
I won't. But it's. I'm sorry. It's just better. It's just.
It's better
And
than
to me-
Adrenaline, but the S tier is just like I don't know.
This-
It's not iconic to me. I mean, but it's a great album.
This is them picking again because I love Diamond Eyes, but this was like I felt like it was an apology to the fans that felt they went full retard on Saturday Night Wrist with too much Cure. And then I felt like Diamond Eyes was like an answer, like, okay, we're gonna left lean towards flat Earth theory again, a little harder, because it's a little bit more flat Earth theory than it is the Cure, and I like that. But to me, this album is once again we're touching White Pony Penis Tips, where it's like the perfect marriage between the two styles. They came together that day.
This is the album I've had the least amount of time with.
Listen to Goon Squad, man. That's all you have to do. Wolfenheart, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm curious, Wolf.
Because you're like our resident
Evil.
cheerleader on my side over here. Yeah, Resident Evil. Yeah,
You know
keep
what
an eye
I
out for that.
realized? Fucking
What?
our boy Riverman, he should just rebrand as his real name Todd, and he should play exclusively Resident Evil games. He calls himself R.E. Todd, Resident Evil Todd. And like, he could be playing
Retard.
Resident
Rita. Oh, that's the joke. Rita.
Evil Todd. That's
Oh,
really funny that Resident
I
Evil
should.
Todd.
I have to say something. So I know I said this on the last record, but so yeah, I listened to Diamond Eyes late, 2 years later, and it kind of brought me back into Deftones, but it didn't make me a fanatic again. When this album came out, I was fucking back on it. I saw him live, and then I went back and really embraced Diamond Eyes even more. And but yeah, it was this album where I was like, they were my band of the year again, and it felt good because it felt like the year 2000 all over again.
I have the first time I heard Koi was 3 years ago, so I'm
Oh,
very
really?
new to Koi, and
It's-
yeah, it's fantastic. I was
And-
obsessed for like 6 months, man.
This is
It's-
actually, you're both pronouncing this wrong. This is Koi, no Yukon, like that fucking snack
This or
thing
the
that people eat.
the
Yukon.
SUV, the Yukon.
Fucking, fucking
Koi Yukon.
maybe I fucked up that joke completely.
I think
Just
you
move
did.
on.
And now we're gonna get into what I think is another dark horse in their fucking discography.
Wait, I didn't even give my opinion on.
No one gives a shit. No, go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm curious, Zach.
Fuck it. So this one and the newest one I spent the least amount of time. And I think they're both really consistent. They actually both have the same score.
What is this one? Let's stay on this one.
I gave them both a 6.9 out of 10.
That's a C, maybe.
It rounds up to a 7, which is technically a B.
Okay, well, I wanted to give it an S, a low S. Todd gives it an A. So we're right where we need to be if we're averaged, you know.
It's
But
still better than Adrenaline, in my opinion.
so
Unless you want to make Adrenaline better, then we can make White Pony better.
no. I look, and as far as the next album, I
You guys
respect
don't even
Deft-
have to take my opinion seriously at all. Like I said,
No,
I'd rather
yeah,
listen to-
yes, we do. That's why you're here, man.
I would respect. Oh, really quick, I'm look. Shout out! I do have the 20th anniversary White Pony, the vinyl set. They released it right with Fight Shera, right? They fixed it. Thank God. But anyway,
Does it have the Boys Republic on there?
I'm sure it does somewhere on there. But anyway, so I respect Deftones for not wanting to like rest on their laurels too long and get comfortable, because once again, it's like, wow, they gave me this amazing album. Let's change it again and let's come out with Gore. And Gore was once again, this was like Saturday Night Wrist Part 2, where they just gave Chino full reign. Like, I don't even think Stefan was involved with this record. And that's what, and even when they were doing promotion for the album hadn't even come out yet. It was like leading up to the week of the release, and he was kind of shitting on the album. It was so funny. That's that flat Earth brain working overtime. He was like saying like, yeah, I don't really like this record that much. I didn't really. I'm like, you trying to sell me, bro? It was funny, but he kind of ended up having to walk that back a little bit in interviews later. But he's like,
Motherfuckers, now they're not gonna buy it.
what he said, he had to like do damage control later, and people were asking him. He's like, what I meant was, I wasn't feeling it when we were developing it, but now that I've lived with them, I really love this record. I'm like, you didn't say that shit
Is there
before.
any fan that actually likes this record?
Probably. This is to me what's going to separate your hardcore fanboys that can't be told wrong. You know what I mean?
This
Like
this
that,
album stinks, man. It's very
just-
forgettable.
and I could probably pick out a few songs if you like threw them in a playlist and I heard them randomly that are like okay,
But
but dude,
Phantom
it's just,
Bride, just because Jerry's on it.
no, I think Jerry Cantrell's out of place.
Yeah.
It feels out of place to me. A Jerry Cantrell solo does not belong on a Deftones track. I just I don't. Were they trying to be like U2, like Deftones U2 on this record? Like all the visuals I saw from it felt like a U2 Bono iTunes commercial or something. Chino bleached blonde.
I like the visuals.
He bleached blonde his hair. Everything was about a new look. He was kind of going for this like emo thing, and they went on tour with fucking Jared Leto's band.
Maybe I am a super fanboy of this band because I clearly like this album more than you guys.
It got pretty good praise, didn't it?
No, people. This is their Saint Anger, Todd. Are you kidding me?
Well, a lot of critics loved it for some reason.
That
My favorite tracks: Prayers, Triangles, fucking Geometric, whatever that second word is. I can't read in my handwriting. Fucking track 8, L Muriel. Fucking title track, Gore, Phantom Brides, fucking
Rubicon. I kind of like Rubicon, but to me, that's just because you finally get a little bit of a heavy chunk at the end. Dum 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 dum. But it almost feels like it's incomplete because it's like, okay, we're getting into a song here, and then it ends. It's like, what?
This got #2 debut Billboard album. So this producer is the same guy who did Koi. Slayer, God Hates Us All.
Was it Matt Hyde? Matt
Hyde, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it fucked up? I know that.
Children of Bodom. You did Hate Breed.
This is the only album
song by the Misfits or that stupid band that stole that.
Hate Breed as well. Okay. Yeah, I think Prayers Triangles is an okay song by itself.
Yeah.
I guess. I think Hearts Wires, if I remember right, was okay by itself, and these are just okay. And like I said, Rubicon kind of edges me and doesn't let me finish because it literally acts like it's going into a cool breakdown and it's going to go into a new part of the song, but that's really the outro. It's really odd, and it edges me and doesn't let me come essentially. And this after listening to this whole album, it really makes you feel cheated. Like, okay, where's the rest?
Track 9.
I couldn't remember it, to be honest with you. I don't remember it.
I got a 9 out of 10 on that song.
I'm tempted to go back to it because it's such a because there's been a couple of records in their past that I went back to and I rediscovered later. So it just everything about the record, the visuals, it's so not Deftones to me. But it probably I don't know.
They were all about they're reinventing themselves. Fucking change your hair color, Gino. Fucking he was
and go on tour with what's Jared Leto's band again?
I forgot.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Go on tour with 30 Seconds to Mars. God, just jeez Louise.
That dude is insane.
Yeah, it's like Chino's bleach platinum blonde his hair, and he's wearing like pink tight skinny jeans. Everything about it was just odd. Like, what is going on here? But
it's a D. Throw it in D.
It is the only album I don't own. I have every other Deftones record.
Well, it's hard to find. I mean, that's.
You'll be able to find it eventually. I
haven't been able to find the vinyl. I was gonna get it soon when
it was around for the longest time. I saw it available just in the past year. So trust you'll find it if you really want it. But
complete it, yeah.
It'd have to be dirt cheap.
I give this album a B.
Wow. So I will go back to it. I do kind of want to like revisit it because I'm generally curious. But as of right now, I don't want to fool myself. I have to say how I felt about it last, and it was a fucking F, which I know we don't have F on here because this is a pre-made tier list. But yeah, I'm going to give it like the lowest I can give it because to me, it just hasn't gelled with me yet. But that's where I give it. So Todd gives it a D. You give it a B, so now we're at a C.
It's not better than Saturday Night Wrist. Come on.
Well, I'll let Zach determine that because I don't care either way. They both suck. Zach, you like it better?
I gave Saturday Night Wrist a B plus.
What'd you give Saturday Night?
I have
Zach?
Saturday Night Wrist 7.4, so it's higher.
Okay, so Gore's right there. You know what's funny? I'm actually looking. Okay, those are flamingos, right? Okay, I don't know. It looks like a look at the font. They don't even have Deftones on the actual cover anywhere. It just says Gore in the middle. It looks like a cologne ad.
Gore whore.
No, doesn't it look like
He's got his hair bleached blonde. He's the pretty boy. He's got pink fucking.
it looks like
on.
it looks like an ad for Dior. It's so weird.
Fucking.
But
it's fucking like they're getting into like all the shit, like fucking this real heady shit. They're critiquing fucking popular culture and fucking cologne ads and all that shit. You just don't get it, bro. He had his hair bleached blonde, pink fucking pants. Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Can I spell it out for you anymore?
Hey, Wolfenhart, he did get back to us on that. He says he thinks Koi is better than the self-titled, but it's not as good as Diamond Eyes. Okay. But he hates this album cover. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a shitty album cover, yeah.
It just feels like I'm flipping through a Vogue magazine, and this was literally like a clone ad where you could scratch it and you could smell like the sample. It just looks like an Armani ad or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're done with it. And you know what?
Genius.
They tried to Berenstain Bears me. They tried to Mandela affect me because they released Ohms in 2000, 4 years later. And Ohms picks up
2004 years later?
2020, 4 years later. That's what I said. Yeah. And it picks up right where Koi left off. Almost as if this album never existed. And it kind of fucks with me. Because like if I'm reading them off to my head, I literally would naturally probably say Ohms right after Koi. But like, oh yeah, I forgot this existed. It was like this weird little detour. Like I almost would expect that they would say, well, you know what? This is like Eros, and we recorded Ohms right after, but we didn't want to put it out. We want to put out Gore. It just feels so odd. I think Diamond Eyes, I think Koi, and I think Ohms represent a trilogy of records. They all sound like they blend together as one big album if you listen to them all back to back. And I feel like you could interchange the songs through any record and they would all fit. Even the production sonically sounds the fucking same.
It sounds beautiful.
I just think Ohms is the weakest of the three, but I like it. I just think it's the weakest of the three.
I think this is better than Diamond Eyes. I think this is a great album.
Like Genesis is fine. Ceremony's good. Everything is solid. I just don't think I like the whole album. I just don't think there's no Goon Squad on here. There's no there's no Prince on here. There's no that's just my only thing. It feels like it fits those records perfectly and it belongs. I just think it's the slightly weaker group of songs. That's it. Nothing offensive. I like it.
This is dead.
You have Ohms, you have Radiant City, you have Error, you have
Pompeii,
this album is freaking awesome. And the first time I heard this album, because a lot of the newer Deftones for me they're more growers, not showers. I thought this got me right away. I listened to this about 4 times in a row. This is a great album.
So what's it called? Diamond Eyes and Koi and this, like I said, all go together. But I will make the argument that they each get a little bit softer, right? So Diamond Eyes is the slightly harder edge to the three. And then Koi is a little bit mellower. And then this one is like the mellowest. I could have used a little bit more thickness, just a couple more heavy moments to mix it in. Like I said, it's missing a Goon Squad with like that heavy breakdown riff or something just to keep it fresh.
But they're getting kind of older. So, I mean, they're kind of.
Yeah, you're getting old. You love it. You're getting old, so you like it more. I understand. But some of us kids over here, I gotta rock.
Back to school for you.
In fact, I think it's a solid record. I would give this one. Hold on, where would I put this one? I would put this one here.
You're crazy.
That's where I would put it. So it's a B. Maybe over time I could see liking it better than this. I think it's like I said, I think it's more cohesive than the self-titled, but I just think the songs that are really good I think every song is consistently good ohms. I just think they're consistently like B's. Whereas half of this record is maybe not so good, but half of them are fucking A's
Ohms
and
just
S's.
gels so much better, man.
It does.
Like
It
I
does
mean,
gel.
you just flow right through the album, and you're like,
It
oh shit, this is over.
it is quick and it does gel really well. It's just the only thing that I think kind of brings it below self-titled is there's no tracks on it that are as good as the great tracks on this one. That's just my opinion.
Okay,
But
so
it is,
let's leave it. Let's leave it to Zach, and we'll leave it to Wolfen for
wait,
Leave it
where
to
did you
Beaver.
put it? Where did you put it, Todd?
B plus.
Rank?
B plus. I thought this was better than Diamond Eyes.
Oh, so you would put it here.
Yes,
Okay.
I would put it
so
there.
where do you put it, Zach?
I gave it a B.
Oh, so it's about right here then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wolfen's
let's
a
see.
deciding factor.
Wolfen, where you help us out here? We're all in the ballpark though, which is good.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But what do you
Ballpark
think about
Franks?
Ohms? Ballpark Franks. Wasn't this the album like if you if you donated or did some kind of crowdfunding where like you became one of the dots on this like grid when you zoom in? Like it's made of like dots.
How did Gore get into a C? I thought that was a D.
I like it.
Because
Oh.
Zach loved it so
I
much.
fucked it up.
God.
I
He
gave it a
fucked
B.
it
Fuck
up.
you, Zach.
There's no F on here, but I probably would have gave it an F. But no,
I don't
it
think
is
it's
what
an
it-
F. It's a D, but it's not an F.
You just
Okay.
don't get it. You just don't get it.
Wolfenhart says it's a C plus for him. So I
So
think
B.
with,
Okay, that's fine.
I think with Todd being a B plus, there's a C plus.
That's
and me and
fine.
Zach
It's fine.
being
There,
Bs.
then.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't change it too much, but
I'm trying to think of like my fucking highlights of Deftones song that I forgot to say. What's the song where he's like it's on Around the Fur and he's like whisper rapping. Remember that?
I don't remember the version. I have to.
You probably can't hear. It's probably cutting out a lot. Fucking
No, it's
Wait,
not
no.
really. I just
Lab-
don't
you're
know.
thinking of labia.
maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got a labia,
But like,
which is different from Zach because it's usually cock that he's thinking about. It's not labia.
Oh, yeah.
you know, but it kind of sucks Gore exists because for me, I mean, even with the dip of Saturday Night Wrist, in my opinion, they're still a very consistent band.
Way better than Gore.
And they don't, you know what? It's so funny though, because unlike other bands where once they go Gore, they don't really go back. Like they kind of entered a new era for their band. They had a Saturday Night Wrist, but then they averted and they went back to Diamond Eyes. And then they give us Diamond Eyes and Coy and fucking tease us a bit. And they're like, okay, we've earned doing a Gore now. Like shit. And then they kind of come out with Ohms, which kind of grabs you back again, in my opinion.
Those 4 albums, I mean, on a every other day it's different for me. Like a Thursday, Friday could be a different album, which I like better, but they're all B's in my opinion. The
What,
Diamond Eyes, the self-titled, the Ohms, and the Saturday Night Wrist. I think they're all good albums.
I mean, for a band that's been around almost 30 years, they're actually one of the more consistent bands. So no shitting on them there. I love the Deftones. But yeah, Coy officially brought them back to like hardcore fans. So I love the Deftones. I still listen to them a lot now. But there was a period like from here until like when this came out where I just wasn't listening to them anymore. But yeah. And then I saw him on the Coy album. Me and Jared was supposed to be on this stream actually, because he's a huge Deftones fan. And that's actually where me and Jared always bonded. You know, when we met talking about Deftones and stuff like that. And we went and saw him at this place called the Gillias Theater in Springfield. Holds 1,000 people, maybe, if not like 800. Pretty tiny, real old. Awesome show, dude. Fucking blew. And they played a long ass set. And the first time I saw Deftones, they were trash. I was real disappointed on that 2003 tour. Chino was coked out. They were having so many tech issues. Like I couldn't hear. All you could hear was like a lot of bass. That's it. Like I missed My Own Summer. Like I didn't even hear the kick.
Really?
Like nope. I'm like it was like literally in the middle of the song. I realized, wait a second. You know when they get to the bridge is I could hear that bass. I'm like, we're already in. When did this song start? It was that bad.
We must have saw him on the same tour because that was
What if
the self-titled tour.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
would be.
I remember there was a shit ton of moshing in the Journal album, and then of course it tapers down with some of the other albums.
Well,
But
they were.
he sounded okay. He wasn't fantastic, but it was an awesome concert though.
Like I said, we could have had an off day, and it was all technical. Like I couldn't hear anything, and he was getting pissed, throwing mics, and they were second on the bill, so I think they only played like 6, 7, 8 songs, like maybe 8 songs. It wasn't like a full set. But when we saw him on the Koi, Chino was drunk, but it was like a happy drunk. He was real buzzed, and he was dancing and partying. He was like happy. He was like your drunk dad. Dude, they played a long set. He sounded awesome, and they played so much of the first record. They really balanced it out really well. And we got Engine Number 9. I think we got For Real. We got Bored. We got Minus Blindfold. It was like fucking unreal. It was awesome. Anyway, that's
Engine Number 9. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking
don't
because my the lyrical. What are the lyrics of that song? They don't make sense.
I was doing research about maybe a new Deftones album. As of January 20th, they're still coming up with ideas. So probably in the writing stages, I'm guessing.
And you could tell that Chino somewhere along the lines lost his scream.
Yeah.
He lost it, and he stopped doing it on the records. It's totally understandable. And so like it was still there on Diamond Eyes, but I think there's a reason why Koi, there's like none of those screams are on Koi, but the heaviness was still kind of there. We kind of lost most of the screams, but I'm like, you know what? It's still fucking awesome. And then Ohms is just, what's that?
I would just want to reveal that fucking Chino Gate. Fucking the truth is, he did lose his scream when he recorded Hexagram, and it's been a fake scream since. That's an actual fucking conspiracy theory. Go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like he could have had that moment where it's like shit, and he never really recovered. But and then
it's hard to believe that this has been 3 years since Ohms has come out, though.
Yeah,
it seems like just yesterday, man.
But I could have used I wish I was listening to Ohms, and there's like a couple parts in Ohms where I'm like, man, I can imagine a scream here. Like I wish he would have had a scream part here, because there's so many parts that welcome it. But so that's the only thing I miss. Even when like Chino was on Sturm and Drang, that Lamb of God album on Embers, how do you get Chino? How do you get Chino as a guest spot on your record, and he doesn't scream? He just does his like moany thing. Oh,
that's what he did. He was on.
Makes me wanna scream.
He was on fucking a Norma Jean song, and he kind of did that throughout the whole song.
Yeah, I've actually seen that, and I've heard that.
Norman
song.
Bates.
No, I just miss screaming Chino, but I do accept that he's gone. But at least give me the heavy music if you're not going to scream, and I feel like Ohms need a little bit more of that. But regardless, we're done. That was a good list. But now to end the show, we're gonna go into our finals. What? You not prepared?
No, I'm prepared.
Okay.
He was trying to hype it up, bro. You fucked it up.
Yeah. Oh, shit. We're going to go into our final segment. It's called Choose Your Destiny. This week, again, Todd's going to go. Last week, if you guys didn't remember, I did the immortal question of Kelly Kapowski or Kelly Bundy. Now, Zach, I got to remind you, I don't want just a blind answer and that be it. I want you to really think, because you're going to have to tell us why. Oh, yeah. And same with me.
This is tough. This one's gonna be tough, man. It's kind of.
I want it to always be tough. I don't ever want it to be an easy answer.
Well, at least tough for me. So this is kind of in the same vein as from last week. Okay, but this I kind of narrowed it down a little bit.
Same vein. You didn't even switch up the vein. All right, I'm gonna show you next week. It's gonna change.
Hey.
Okay, let's go.
I'm sure we have some gentlemen listening to this
what is
podcast.
Your favorite Smash Mouth song?
No. Last week we did.
He's gonna do Maxim or stuff.
No. Okay, so here we go. Choose your destiny.
The girl next doors.
The girls next doors.
Oh gosh. I gotta say, I kind of wish we weren't doing the girl thing again, but this is still good.
Beautiful.
My next one's gonna be completely different, guys. God, this is tough. I have to. Let me weigh this down. I'm not going to choose yet. Phoebe Cates. Look, Phoebe. Okay, wait. Zach's going to say the right answer is both.
Well, you have to pick, man.
Yeah, you have to
choose your destiny.
Let's weigh it out. Phoebe Cates has the legacy. because I've grown up with Fast Times, and it's an
Yes.
iconic scene,
Yes.
and she's beautiful, and it's just so iconic, man. And fuck, it's got a pool. And yeah, Alicia Cuthbert in that movie. Overall, Alicia Cuthbert in that movie's great. I'm gonna go Phoebe Cates. It's just too iconic.
Fucking, they're both. There's no wrong answer. There's no fucking wrong answer. I gotta pee
But
really bad.
okay,
I gotta pee really bad.
okay.
You
why
guys
don't you why
guys
don't you go
want me to
pee
pee
and let
Yeah,
Todd?
go pee, and I can talk.
Todd.
Just
All
realized I
right,
drink a lot of water this whole episode.
but yeah, that pony had a lot of water. Is that Miss Doubtfire? Yeah, I have to give it Phoebe Cates just because like I didn't see Girl Next Door until the first time like 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I really liked it, but and she's really hot. But dude, Phoebe Cates is iconic, and just that scene
Okay.
and the cars. You get the soundtrack there. And
It's nothing. It's nothing to do with the movie. It's to do with the girl next door. Who is the typical girl next door? The look, the girl next door. I think these two are the perfect look for the girl next door. Phoebe Cates is fantastic. She growing up watching this scene. I mean, it's iconic. But then you
So
also got to like
we're just going for wait. We're just going off looks. It has nothing to do with the character.
Yeah, it's to do with whatever you want. Character too. I mean, you can mix it all, make it a big giant salad or something. Elisha Cuthbert, she is. I think she is the girl next door. They cast her perfectly, man. That look. Where I mean, she's very very good looking, but like not overly where, it's like not believable at all. So this is tough for me too, man. When I was doing this, I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna pick, but
You're like, let me take 5 minutes and test it out. We'll see which one I come to.
I would have to go with Alicia though. Overall, I mean,
So,
that's just my opinion. I think Phoebe Cates is fantastic, and she has the
I thought you
look.
were talking to you.
look,
But
man, look. If we're gonna get down to it, Phoebe Cates, even in this movie, in this scene, because Todd says that we're not even necessarily going off character. It's just like who represents. Look, that whole scene that everybody talks about, Phoebe Cates, it's a dream. It's a daydream.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
not even like her character in the movie. But same thing with Alicia Cuthbert. She's a porn star, right?
Yeah.
She's not even like that's not her real character in that movie, right? I'm Phoebe Cates all the way. She was great in Gremlins, Drop Dead Fred, no panties, and
as much as I love Fast Times,
Fast Times is a 10
going-
out of 10. I'm sorry, yeah, it is. You say I can't, I have to surround it with the movie.
Okay, that's fine. But as much as I love that movie, I am going the other way.
And Phoebe Cates showed her
Alicia.
tits, and she did not.
I totally, but it's not about that. I mean, I understand why it would persuade you, but I don't know. It's blondes or brunettes, right?
Fucking when you can't see them, it makes it even harder.
Well,
it makes it even fucking like, oh fucking, I feel ashamed now. I don't. Get
It's
to see
also
'em.
it's also kind of standard late 90s hot blonde cheerleader type because she's very late 90s, very Christina Aguilera era. That's how girls were dressing in high school. It's like hot girl high school. But you know what? And then Phoebe Cates represents exotic because she's like Filipina,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like
it's all about type. But I mean, even I don't know.
yeah,
What's
Phoebe
that?
Cates.
I have
Zach.
mathematically
Zach.
calculated the correct answer
Okay,
of
what
this
is it?
question. I have
Okay.
mathematically calculated the correct answer to this question. So, because this is movie logic, none of us are going to get to have sex with either of these women. Fucking, this is a movie logic. They're coming, and they're both from movies anyway, so we must, it goes without saying that fucking movie logic exists in this universe. Fucking, I am going to call my buddy, fucking, Zelensky from fucking Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He is going to shrink me down into a microscopic thing.
Okay, who's the real girl next door? Just answer the fucking
No.
question.
I'm crawling inside of a man's fucking. I'm gonna crawl inside of a guy's urethra. Fucking, and he's going to ejaculate me into the pussy of Miss Phoebe Cates, and then she's going to fucking stand up, walk over to Miss Alicia Cuthbert, and fucking pour the creamy contents down her mouth.
You could have just said Phoebe
Probably should-
Cates.
Probably shouldn't get that graphic. Fucking, I would go with Phoebe Cates over Alicia.
Anybody in the chat, give us your opinion. This is a tough one. I mean, you guys got to admit this is a tough one.
Silhouette
It
says
is.
it's Pride Month. Show some men.
Exactly.
That's all right.
Not really into that. Sorry.
Who's the hottest man? Let's do it. Fucking, we'll pick. We gotta pick
Scott
one.
Bakula.
Wait, Jack Nicholson now or 1972 or whatever?
74. 74.
74, whatever. Silhouette, thank you so much, dude, for the donation. That scene from The Boys, but the little guy actually made it to the prostate. Yeah, have you seen The Boys?
I don't think I've seen that.
Dude, it's the best show on TV. And he's talking about this sex party scene where it's crazy. There's this guy that's like Ant-Man. His powers shrink down, and he goes up somebody's
That
dick
came
hole.
to my mind when I was doing the little bit there I had planned.
Exactly.
I didn't
It's
rip
so-
that off.
So we got 2-1. It's Phoebe Cates, man, and I'm happy
Okay.
with that.
No, I'm fine with that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no
it's not on
wrong
tier
answer.
list.
Anyway, yeah, S tier, A tier. It's tiers. That's some good shit. That's what Silhouette says. No, all right, guys. So that's gonna wrap it up. That was our episode 42. Next week, I have an idea for a topic next week. I'll talk about it with River later, and I have my skits. I have my my segment. Mine's not gonna have anything to do with women. It's gonna be hard.
We can change it.
It's gonna be hard though. Like I
Gonna be
like
men.
honestly, I don't know the answer of mine, and I don't know, and it's something I know Todd can relate to too. And I have no idea. I'll be very curious to know what Todd. I wish Pat was on this episode because I want to hear what
Maybe we
Pat
can get
has
him
to say.
on, man.
Pat Sajak.
We'll get Pat. Let's zoom in our buddy Pat Sajak. Well, random as shit. He's just in here and he joins our.
Hi.
our
Oh, hi, puppy.
I remember.
Talking to your dog, dude. I don't know if you see him.
I remember Pat Sajak from episodes of like fucking
Why-
Rugrats or something.
was
where
he in
they
the
were-
door?
He's right below you on your feet.
Oh God. Hey. Oh, sorry, Zach. Go ahead.
The Pat Sajak character from Rugrats. Was it Stanley Ipkiss or what was his name? Lipschitz.
Yeah, the lip shits. And
Yeah.
when Chaz won all that money and Chucky was a rich kid for a day, he went to the private school with Pat Sajak's kid.
I may not know art, but I know what I like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so rich, Chaz.
That's
You
so
remember
funny.
the line from the show? Damn.
Yeah, I used to
wish
watch that
I-
show.
I wish I remember that shit. I'm trying to remember. I remember the line from the episode where like they're sleeping over and they think Stu's dad's a robot and he goes, "Come back, Drew. I just want to talk to you."
Yeah. that was funny. I love that episode, dude.
I
Yeah,
love-
the episode where they
Yeah,
push
yeah.
they push his nipples. they,
just
think,
on a
they think it's like gonna open up as a robot if they push his nipples.
That's a great episode.
I love it. I love it. Like, Stu, it's 3 a.m. What are you doing? Making chocolate pudding.
Yeah,
Why are you making chocolate pudding?
sleepwalking. Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He's like, because I've lost control of my life.
Oh,
No, 'cause
yeah,
he
yeah.
was Angelica was making him like ringing the bell and making him go to chocolate
That's
pudding
right.
because I've lost control of my life. And then I think she rings the bell again. He like screams. He's like losing his mind. It's great. It's a
funny.
really funny episode. But anyway, yeah, Silhouette. I think some of Zach's trollness got absorbed into me.
That's good.
Good.
Absolutely.
Silhouette also says my dog is chatter than me. Okay.
This
Anyway.
is a good show tonight, man.
Yeah,
Guys.
it's
It was
really fun. I like playing with this, and I want to keep these segments going for a while. We got to let them breathe a little bit and develop, but then after they have, we can experiment by adding a new one in or trying different stuff. And Zach, what did you think of the format? What did we?
Fucking, it was fucking dank, spanktacular.
Keno.
Fucking, that's whenever you spank your monkey and it's so good.
Hell yeah, Silhouette, you're spoiling us. Hey, pull my finger. Angelica screams.
What was her doll's name, dude?
Oh,
Angelica-
Cynthia.
Okay.
Remember when
Go
we
ahead.
got Spike Vision and we heard the world through Spike? He saw black and white and he heard Spike. Spike.
That's that's the funniest damn thing I've heard all day because I always think about it too. When he laughs,
That's really what dogs hear whenever we talk.
do
to
it
them.
again.
Spike, here's Spike. It's like all distorted in the mic and shit too.
I love. I just that first 2 seasons was great when Angelica's calling Santa's workshop. Just I know She's like, and she calls some random number. It's not even like the right number. And she like yells at him, I want to speak to Santa. And he goes, oh yeah, you're on the bad list. All right, guys, we can talk about Rugrats sometime. Nicktoons, that'd be fun. But we'll go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys so much. As usual, please like the video, interact with it, leave a comment, follow us anywhere and everywhere. We are now on Rumble. That's right, Zach. You can proceed to cringe. We have created a Rumble, and hopefully by next week we'll be streaming multicast on Rumble as well. And
Ready to Rumble? Fucking is that affiliated with that movie? That's a fucking terrific film.
It can be. We should do Ready to Rumble on Rumble while playing Ready to Rumble boxing.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
But anyway, while a Rumba is in the back vacuuming my floor, while watching Rumble in the Bronx too.
Is that those fucking robots that vacuum the floor for you?
Yeah, Roombas,
or whatever they are. But yeah, guys, like I said, subscribe if you haven't already. We got tons of shows, tons of content. I'm not going to shill it too much longer. And if you want to support us anymore, we do have a Patreon, early access to content, as little as just $1 or $2 a month. So we'll catch you guys later. Bye.